of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clot, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harman Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmansolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call. 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmansolar.com.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Water is Arizona's most valuable resource. And for over a century, Phoenix has led the way in providing reliable water services. Wherever you call home in Arizona, we all share the responsibility to conserve for tomorrow. Watch your water use, especially outdoors. Consider desert-friendly landscaping and water-saving appliances. Together, small changes can make a big difference. Learn more at phoenix.gov/water and help secure Arizona's water future. This message is sponsored by the City of Phoenix Water Services Department.
If you're age 62 or older and own a home, this message is for you. Reverse Rob here, Money Radio's expert on reverse mortgages. Learn how to tap the equity in your home and increase the quality of your life by earning tax-free income while protecting your other retirement assets. Join us for our free Second Saturdays webinar every month to learn more. This is not too good to be true. All you need to do is reverse your thinking. Call me today, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773, or download my app by searching Retire Right with Reverse Rob.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to harmansolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast, too. Check it out. Go to harmansolar.com. That's harmansolar.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM. Wherever you go, take us along. Listen to our live stream on our free Fanatic app. Download it today.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Wednesday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, as we broadcast live from the Harman Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And Randy, is this our last cast of nice weather? This next week, is that the end of times?
No, I don't think so. I don't believe so. I think we've got some more days ahead of us.
This ain't normal.
I know it's not normal, but I feel like it's not going to go away. And by the way, mostly cloudy conditions out there right now, 88 degrees. And there is an air quality alert in effect.
Well, that's why I'm coughing.
But the air quality right now is pretty good. It's moderate. It's only at 5. So we'll wait and see what happens.
I had the cough and hiccups a minute ago.
I know that. I know that.
Horrible.
I can't stand those.
So it gets up to 91 tomorrow and Friday, 90 Saturday. But then, like I said yesterday,
Oh, I guess it's not that good.
73 on Sunday.
Mhm.
Wow.
Mid 70s by next Tuesday, back up to the mid 90s by next Friday. And I think it comes down one more time at least.
That's crazy. You know, I've never seen this type of weather in May.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you ain't been here very long.
Well, I've been here a good amount to know that.
4 years ain't nothing. 4 years get you a big old bag of shut the hell up. You can't talk about the weather here yet.
Well,
you'll just annoy everybody around you.
4 years, he's not a rookie at least.
4 years? No, that's still a
Well,
rookie.
2
How
minutes
long do you
in,
think you
Jeffrey's
need to-
already
10.
coming at it.
10 years.
10?
10 years.
Wow.
10 years.
10 years you got to live here before you get to
Boy,
talk
I
about
don't-
the weather.
I
I
don't know
learned
about
that the
that.
hard way when I
Mm.
was in Minnesota for a year.
Uh-huh.
I went to Minnesota for a year and I was doing radio there and I got on, I was like, oh boy, I hope it snows. I about got murdered. They just didn't want to hear the word snow. And
Oh,
I was
my.
very excited
Yeah,
about it and
yeah.
they were
Oh,
not.
yeah.
And that is when I determined and figured out you can't talk about a place till you've lived there
Yeah.
at least 10
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can start commenting on things like in 1 year.
Yeah.
Like 1 year, you can be like, all right, okay, what's going on with this or that? But as far as the weather goes that everybody's had to suffer through their entire
Mhm.
lives,
Mm-hmm.
you are not qualified.
I think 4
Mm.
years going on 5 is a really good amount.
of course you do,
Mm.
because
A
you're
good
4
amount to
years going on
understand.
5.
Yeah. I think that's a great amount.
If you've
Yeah,
been 3
yeah,
years
thank you,
going on
Randy.
4, that's what
I
you would have
appreciate
said.
that.
If it in 2 years going on 3, that's what you would have said.
I don't know. I don't think I would have said that.
10
I'm not
years.
Sure.
10 years.
Sure.
Wilbur says, happy fat bottom girl Wednesday.
No.
What's
Mm-mm.
that all about?
No.
Is
No.
that something he's trying to do?
When you were gone, people were trying to come up with different names for the different days of the week.
Oh, yeah, I
And,
put an
uh,
end to
and-
that.
And then Mr. Wilbur, Big George, a few others tried to come in here. But I think that Mr. Wilbur, obviously, Fat Bottom Girls would be a favorite of his because he sees with his hands.
Right.
He's-
So
see
you
what
just-
I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get it.
He's
I
a
get it.
feeler. Right. Big
Yeah.
Big George gets a say. He's our lawyer. Mr.
Who are you
Wilbur, on
talking
the other
about,
hand,
George?
Big George, he
didn't even
doesn't
come
get
up
a
in
say.
you don't
conversation
think he
yet.
gets a say.
No.
Mr.
What are you
Wilbur,
talking about?
I know doesn't get a say. But
George
Big
gets
George,
zero say. George doesn't get say.
I mean, yeah, but legally, he plays an
no,
important.
when we need
factor.
him, then we'll consult
I
with
just
him.
want
But
to. I just want
outside
to
of
say
that,
it.
no,
It'd be
you
nice
are
to make Big George
You are
happy.
not reading
all.
the
We may
room
need him.
correctly.
We may need the guy. You never know. He might be an important
Here's
piece.
the thing. I don't know what it's like in Tennessee, but I don't use people. So I will call it like I see it with George. If he says something stupid, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, it's stupid." I'm not gonna just be like, "Oh," because I'm worried I might need him to be my lawyer later. So no, George has no say in anything. Period.
Well,
I see. Well,
I mean, on this day in Big George's sports history.
Well, he has
he
say
has,
in
he
that
has
'cause
that. That's
he
a
says-
say.
but
Good
I
call, Randy.
Yeah, but I pick it. But I didn't used to pick him. I used to let him
Right,
just do it.
right.
And then he sent me. In fact, I think today is one of those days. He sent in like something from the 1800s about billiards. I'm like, George, that's
Yeah.
not a sport.
Yeah.
We're not doing a thing that's not a sport.
Yeah.
So now he sends me like 10, 15 different things to choose from.
Yeah. He's got a whole page full. Yeah. Yeah.
Lost Toby says, I've been here since 2018. I'll never get used to it.
No.
That's the most appropriate thing to say.
Mhm, mhm.
Sir drives a lot, says 44 years, going on 45.
There it is.
Harris, he says.
All that I said was it's rare in the month of May to have that.
You don't know anything.
Just saying. Just saying.
You don't know Harris.
Well, in my
Have you had to deal with a broken down air conditioner yet?
I have actually
In your
yes.
car or house?
In my car, I have.
That ain't nothing. You roll the windows down, be a man.
But
But
in
when
the-
it happens in your apartment and or house,
In the house that I currently
the
live at,
worst.
though, they are like they don't use much AC, and so the room is always like 80 degrees. And
Mm,
so
that's
ooh,
psychotic.
I know. I sleep in like 68, 69. And
Yeah,
so
that's also psychotic. I mean,
what?
Well, here's the thing.
That's
That'll
perfect.
freak. No, in Arizona, that'll end up freezing up your compressor, and then you're gonna. It's just gonna have to be
Yeah,
away a
it's
while
rough.
before it
Yeah.
melts off.
So yeah.
So your best bet is to keep it above 70 at least, like in the low to mid 70s, so it doesn't freeze up your compressor.
Yeah.
But 80, oh wow, I just move away. The quality of life would be so bad I couldn't handle it. But
Yeah.
you get
yeah.
down below 70 and you're wasting electricity and you're going to kill your air conditioner.
So what do you say? What's the like great number, like 72, 73 is what you're thinking.
Whatever you can handle in that range, I'd say.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
makes sense. Yeah, that's very
74
informative.
Here's the thing: when you're negotiating, there will be negotiations when you have a live-in girlfriend or wife.
Yeah,
And I got lucky because I mean I've had these negotiations in the past where I'm just like, come on, let's just do 75 then. Okay, can we do 74? And my wife was like, how about 72? I'm like, I love you. But even then,
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good with 73. So whatever works.
I like sleeping in the cold with like a ton of covers.
You
Like that's
came to
how
the
that's
wrong
how I
place.
roll. Yeah, yep. I'm familiar. I am familiar.
Beer Bob says, my wife and I have been down here for almost 9 years. While yes, it gets hot, I don't ever complain about the weather. I love it here. Way better than living just outside of Chicago. Oh yeah, I heard that place is murder.
I mean, in the fall and winter, Arizona, it's the place to be.
One more year, Beer Bob, and you can say whatever you want about the weather. Whatever you want. Lost Toby says, well, I guess it's bad take Wednesday for Harris. That's most days. Silly Wabbit says, give it up, Harris. You'll not win with those guys. Just ask your predecessors. They've all blocked you. So
my predecessors?
Yeah. People who have come before you on this show. They instinctively block whoever comes next because they're like, we're not here to be your counselor. We're not here to answer your questions.
Tactical move. Kid. Yeah. Look ahead move.
Sir Drives a Lot says his house is set to 75. Mobile air unit in the bedroom, though, that is set to 63. So that's not bad. You get a mini split on just your room.
Yeah.
Then your roommates can have whatever they want, except for they're going to be like, wow, why is our electric bill so high? Because of Harris. That's why.
You know, in the dead of summer, it's not bad to take just a quick shower before you go to bed because then your body is feeling really kind of cool when you go to sleep.
You recommend cold shower
in the dead of summer.
That was the most clever way of telling somebody they stink and need a shower that I've ever.
No.
Well done, Randy.
Well, thank you. I'm just saying,
masterful.
If you take a quick shower before you go to bed in the dead of summer, when it's just miserable, then your body cools off and you jump under the covers. Boom, you're out like a light.
Randy, what is the AC at your house?
Right now, it's about 75.
Yeah, that's doable, but I'm looking for 73 personally.
Well,
if I come over, will you crank it down a little bit for me?
Oh, I listen. Right now, I had to turn it up to 75 because it was just too cold in the house.
Okay. If I come over, here's the thing: you don't have to turn on the air conditioning, but can you make sure I'm sitting near a fan?
Oh, sure.
Oh, I love
moving air helps make a difference sometimes.
And the white noise for me too.
It's not that hot right now.
Yeah. Donnie says 72. What's your electric bill in July? Well, we have a pretty energy efficient 2-story cavernous house. So it's about 500 plus. We should actually, a lot of people are hearing that going, that sounds pretty good actually. But yeah, we hit plus 500 a couple of months out of the summer.
For what you have, I think it's very good.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things we've noticed is this house, I don't know, who designed it, who insulated it, but it stays really cool in the morning, even during the heat of summer, pretty nicely.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah.
But it's a chunk. I'm not going to lie, Donnie. I'm not going to lie. T. Licious says, I've lived here since 1986. Arizona is bipolar weather-wise as anywhere on the planet, but I do love living here.
Oh, I think it's the South is more, if you're talking bipolar, it's more bipolar. Arizona is more just like, it's a consistent season. Like you get a consistent, like in the fall, it's nice and cool. And in the summer, it's just beaming hot. In the South, you get like you could get a rainstorm one day and it being like 80 degrees and sunny the next day.
You can get that here too in the monsoon.
It's just rare. It's just much more rare, but you can get
It's always the same weather in Arizona. It's just really the only questions are when does it start? When does it end?
Yeah.
That's it. The rest of it is, it's pretty mild.
Yeah.
Fish Tank says, I spent my whole life at 78 degrees in my house until my fiance. I lost that negotiation. We now sit at about 72 degrees and I own a Dolphin Snuggie.
Well,
so you like it hot. She likes it cold. Wow, that is backwards because usually the gals like it.
Yeah.
You know why? Don't say this out loud to them. They get mad. The women have an extra layer of fat and we don't have that.
Oh,
so sometimes they get sweaty.
Interesting.
This is as much science as you're gonna get from Well, the government is involved with our health and human services. So that's George says, hello. I'm not reading the rest of your dumb crap here. He says, oh no, Triple H, you have to have your AC set at least 67 or below. Perfect temperature for sleeping. Fight for your right to party. George, you're just a giant mass of a human being. So of course they need to keep it cool for you or parts of you will die.
The amount of heat George
while
must
still
absorb.
connected to you.
Yeah. But I hear Big George though. I love it cold, man. I love it cold.
You love it cold, but you got to be reasonable. I've been here all this time and I've never really adapted to it. So that's why 73, you know, but I can get along in 75. So if I go to Randy's house, I'm not demanding that he turn on the AC.
Well, in the dead of summer, I turn it down to 73. Easy.
Hot damn.
Easy. But like right now, it's like 75 because it's that weird kind of, it's between cold and hot. Like it's supposed to be up to 90 tomorrow. 75 will be just perfect. But when it's like 114 outside, 73, 72.
Oh, did they get a new pope yet? Is there a new pope yet?
I have not. I don't know.
When are they supposed to do that, by the way? If anybody out there is Catholic and knows, I don't know.
I think they start next week.
Oh, okay. So the whole pageant will be next week, or
the conclave. The conclave takes place next week.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So I was reading up on this, right? I was reading about the past, and it's like, well, usually it's these old crusty guys, right, that end up being pope. And then it's like I read there was one time in history, a long time ago, there was a pope who was 18 years old.
Oh, no kidding?
No shot.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
So I was just thinking, if we had an 18-year-old pope, what would a Gen Z pope be like?
Oh, no.
You know, he'd always be showing up 45 minutes late to mass, you know?
Probably.
And he'd say, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the skibbity toilet. I mean, that's just a thing for them. And the Pope Mobile would constantly have a check engine light on because that comes on and Gen Z never checks. They're like, I don't know, maybe it'll go off.
The fact that you know about that is hilarious, Jeff.
I know your people.
Yeah, you do. You do. You're raising
smoke,
two of them.
Smoke at the altar during the ceremony could be incense. Yeah, it could be vaping. Probably vaping. More likely he's vaping.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. This all checks out, Jeffrey.
And then he'd miss your confession because he's always busy texting, you know, but it's okay because he knows everything you've been doing because he sees it on the gram.
And then you can't forget he has to go home and play video games. So he might be late to all the meetings too.
Oh, absolutely. He'll probably have those little Nintendo Switch.
He's got a Fortnite game going on, and with all of his buddies, and everyone's waiting on him, and he's just no, can't do it right now.
Your 18-year-old Pope would want to bushy glow up the Vatican, right?
Probably.
Definitely improve the Wi-Fi for the gaming.
For the gaming, of course, yeah.
And he'd want the Cardinals
to
define their own riz, you know, that now you can all wear pajama bottoms all during the day if you want.
Oh my gosh. Yep, probably. This is probably true.
And then the Eucharist.
This all checks out.
The Eucharist would come in a DoorDash bag. That's a very Gen Z thing, isn't it?
No, that is a very
and the
Gen
wafers
Z thing.
in the Holy Communion.
Yep.
Cool Ranch Doritos.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And here would be his message at the end. No cap, go into the world with yeet, and I shall receive yeet in return. Yacht be with you.
I think one thing, they're probably going to keep the grape juice. I think that is a Gen Z
loves some grape juice.
That's the only thing Gen Z is going to keep about it. Everything else is being changed.
But will it be grape juice or will it be Fanta's grape juice?
I think. Oh, good point. I haven't thought of that. I don't know. Probably.
If you got an 18-year-old Pope, I feel like in the Catholic Church, most of these cardinals will find that very attractive.
Really? Why? Oh,
I see what you did there.
No, I just now got that. Oh,
let's go to the text line. T-Licious says 100 degrees in October equals bipolar, new guy.
Yeah.
Big George says, have you seen the movie Conclave? Nope, not yet. I was gonna, and then I was like, there's so many other things. And he says, great movie about the whole conclave process. Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to read your spoiler at the end there for the movie. But what I have read is it's not entirely accurate. There's a few things, but I wouldn't take that as the gospel, as they say. Quiet Cannon says, according to the records, the first pope was a married man, and his name was St. Peter.
Oh,
That's the same St. Peter who's working the gates?
No, I
same.
believe that St. Peter is the apostle.
Yes, that is correct.
So he wears those shirts.
What do you
Those
mean?
T-shirts.
No, not
T-shirts.
Aeropostale. Apostle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get. All right.
I
Okay.
get what you're saying. Now I get what you're saying.
I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm Irish, but you'd think I'd be Catholic.
Yeah.
Donnie wants to know if we all know that today's the day that Hitler died in 1945.
Does it matter?
I did not know that.
Well,
No.
I mean, I'm sure it's just a day where he like lowers the shades. Yells.
Again, I got you.
Walter Mellon says, "Oh, they did, Jeffrey. They did find a new pope. His name is Pope Puri.
Yeah,
I wanted the pizza baller guy. I want the pizza guy.
They have not. So they start the conclave process May 7th is the
Mhm.
official date. May
Mhm.
7th.
May 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other sports that coincides with that?
Any other sports that are
Yeah.
on May
Because look
7th?
at,
Let's
Aaron
check.
Rodgers is up to something. And he's going to make an announcement at some point, and maybe he'll just try to do it the same day they pick a pope. Like try to steal some thunder or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Could
Silver
happen.
Pop says, Jeffrey, that 18-year-old pope would have that haircut they have, the Patrick Mahomes hairdo. That's kind of like what Harris has. He does have a little that curly thing going on there.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna trim it up like that too. That's usually what I get. I've actually been told I look like Patrick Mahomes by a good amount of people.
You don't look anything like Patrick.
I know,
You look
that's
like
what I'm
Patrick
saying.
Mahomes that has the flu.
I have been told by
Very
a lot of
pale
people.
and just
I was going to the college football playoff game, actually, Texas and Arizona State, and a security guard asked me legitimately if I was Patrick Mahomes, and I was like, "What?"
I've heard some pickup lines.
I'm not kidding. It legitimately happened.
Fish Tank says, did that St. Peter pay Paul? No, I think he still owes him. Lost Toby says, no, that's the St. Peter. He works the gate. Ringless Joe says, today is also the day where the Lakers are supposed to die.
Yep.
Very well could be.
See, I'm again twisted on that. I like it when the Lakers lose, but I don't like it when Donnie's happy. So I will abstain from the vote.
Okay.
How's that? Big George says, you guys have ruined so many movie endings for me, and this is where you draw the line. I was going to watch that Sixth Sense thing, and then you ruined that ending.
Oh, I've seen
Dude,
that.
that movie came out in the late 90s. Okay. Conclave is a fairly more recent movie. It's a hugely different thing.
I think also the Catholic Pope would mandate everyone in the church to watch the Minecraft movie. I think that would be a thing.
You think so?
I really don't think that's a thing.
I think the 18-year-old Catholic Pope would make it a thing.
Oh, that one would, yes. Yeah, that one might.
I do.
I don't know if you can just start. It's not like the Pope is a dictator.
Well, he's got a lot of power. He's got a lot of power.
There'll be no mass this weekend, so everybody can
To
attend
watch the Minecraft movie.
The Minecraft movie.
The power of Christ compels me to tell you guys to be sure and watch Aquaman 3. I don't think he's going to do that. Firefighter says, Harris, you look like Patrick Mahomes if Patrick Mahomes were white, nerdy, and needed badly to shave.
Wow.
All that part's accurate, except I'm pretty much shaved here, except I got the goatee and stash going.
Well, I
It
don't
looks
think
like
you're
you
very,
have a fake mustache on.
I don't think
Do
you're
I-
very nerdy at all, Triple H.
Randy, thank you.
Lost
Very kind.
Toby says,
Just
if a
listen.
movie is more than 5 years old, spoilers aren't a thing.
Randy, if you don't think I'm a nerd, just listen to me talk about Star Wars, and then you will be probably changed.
Please, child, please,
you will think I'm a nerd. That's for
child,
sure.
please.
Walter Mellon says, did they know this Pope was going to die? It's kind of ironic a movie comes out right about the same time. Well, that movie came out a couple of years ago, and
What movie?
if somebody is plus
Conclave.
80,
Conclave.
yeah,
Oh,
they're going to
okay.
die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie says, are you guys doing a Kentucky Derby pick this weekend? My money is on Tiz-tastic. Yes, actually, I was going to talk about that today, Donnie.
Oh,
So you guys bring up the field of the Kentucky Derby
Where do we
participants
need to bring them up to?
on your screen. Just get all the names, and we're going to pick our horses. We'll do that when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supply. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to Hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
We know how you feel. There's nothing better than a fall afternoon, an order of wings and a nice cold brew, and football. This fall, the Fanatic is your source for high school, college, and NFL football action. The high school game of the week on Friday nights, top line NCAA action on Saturdays, and the NFL primetime games. When it comes to football, we have you covered. We're 1580 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Stay put. Okay. Here it is. That Postmates of Grip is doing a number on me, I guess. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. All right, you guys find the field of horses?
Yes, I believe I see
found
them.
it, yes. All right, I get to go first. Since I want to.
Go ahead, Jeffrey.
I'm trying to find my sheet here.
Yeah.
Here it is.
I got the odds pulled up as well.
I'm doing this out of order from what I originally meant to do it. So, all right. Okay, so everybody gets your main pick and a long shot, just like we did with the golf tournament.
Okay.
So here's my long shot. I'm gonna take American Promise at 30-1. Just sounds very patriotic and nice. I don't
Love
know
the name. Right.
And I also read that a lot of times the guy in the 5 position in the post wins. So that's why I'm taking my long shot, because he's also in the 5. And my chalk pick is going to be Journalism. He's 3-1. The favorite never ever wins.
The fact that there's a horse named Journalism.
Yeah, when he loses, it's fake news. They'll change his name immediately.
The Walter Cronkite School of Journalism would absolutely love this guy.
Did you ever meet Walter Cronkite?
No.
Because I knew he came down there to the school, but I don't remember how long ago it was he died.
I would assume it was a while. It was a while ago, but I never met him. No.
Seemed like a nice guy. All right, Randy, who's your horsies?
Well, I think I'm going to take Citizen Balls because it's always good to have
Randy,
a nice pair of balls.
No,
What's
Randy,
that?
that's Citizen Bull. That's Citizen Bull.
Put my glasses. Oh, my golly, it sure is.
In the number 1 post position.
Number 1, yes. I'm taking Citizen Bull.
I don't think Citizen Ball's qualified.
Yeah.
He was close, though.
Then I will,
long shot.
for my chalk pick, I'm taking Rodriguez.
Oh, wait a second. So, okay. So Citizen Bull is your long shot.
Yeah, it's my long shot.
And
Citizen,
your real
Citizen
pick,
Bull. Yeah.
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
To roll the R's.
Si, amigo.
Oops. All right. So Harris, who are you taking as your long shot?
Okay, my long shot's gonna be Render Judgment, and my pick. I'm gonna stay on the journalism theme here and take Publisher.
Why Render Judgment? That seems very judgy.
I just think it's a cool name.
When you
it's a
got Chunk of
statement,
Gold sitting there
Jeffrey.
and Owen Almighty?
Yeah, Render Judgment though. That's a statement.
Deep down, Harris is all about fascism, I think. I feel like there's a fascist just dying to get out there.
Well, my main pick, I'm gonna stay on the journalism theme. I'm taking Publisher. I just thought it was funny.
I didn't see him. Oh, there he is. 20-1 odds.
20-1 odds. Sleeper pick.
That's your sleeper?
Yep. Darn right, Randy.
Oh, wait, that's you did it out of order then. I told you your long shot is Render Judgment.
Yes.
So Publisher is your regular one.
Yes.
My my long shot is Sandman.
You already gave your long shot. Your long shot
Love
is
that name, though.
Citizen Bull.
No,
I thought it was Citizen
My
Balls.
favorite
You
is
can't
Citizen.
have 3 horses, Randy.
Citizen Bull is my
Citizen
because you
Balls.
guys said I can't have Citizen Balls, so it's Citizen Bull at 20-1. That's my favorite.
That's
and then
your regular.
I'm taking Rodriguez.
You've got it backwards because Rodriguez is 12-1. Citizen Bull is more of a long shot
Look,
at
man,
20-1. You can't.
Citizen Bull will win the damn race. Okay.
I think Citizen Balls has a chip on his shoulder.
You're doing it wrong.
What do you mean I'm doing it wrong?
You can't take a 12-1 and say that's my long shot when it's almost
All right,
a favorite
all right,
a favorite
all right,
horse. The
all
only
right,
horse with
all right,
better
all right,
odds is
all
my
right,
pick.
all right. Good night, a living man. All right, here's
Who's your
what I'm
long
going-
shot? Who's your main pick?
Long shot will be Citizen Balls, and then
Bull. Citizen Bull.
Rodrigo.
So you're
Wait,
back to
Ro-
Rodrigo.
Rodriguez.
Okay, that's all you can have. You can't have any more horses. Those
Why
are all
can't
the
I-
horses you can
Why
have.
can't I have a
No.
a long shot?
Might as well just
You
take
have a long
sleeper
shot.
pick.
Might as well just take the entire field at this point, Randy.
What?
Don't encourage him. He'll do it.
I kid.
Very well. Very well.
I kid.
Very well. I'll stick with 2.
That's fair. Yep.
All right, so we have our horses.
Yes,
What
we
do
do.
There's some fun names on here, though. Are you sure you want to just go with those? Because Neo Equos.
That's how you
their
say that. It was
Final
pretty bad.
Gambit.
Is that how you say that? Neo Equus?
Neo
I don't know.
Equus sounds about right. Neo Equus?
I honestly don't know. I don't
Neo
care.
Equus sounds about that sounds right.
Neo Equos.
That sounds a little
Equus.
too Frenchy for me.
Neoquilios. It's not
Mhm.
French. It's
Not
like
American
Latin.
at
or
all.
Sounds a
something.
little sounds like Frenchy to me.
Admire Daytona. I thought for sure you go for that, Randy, because
Oh,
you
hell
love
no.
Daytona.
Well, I do love Daytona, but I mean the race.
Okay, can I just say that I think there's some of these horse names that should be rejected.
Like
Luxor Cafe. You can't name a horse a
After a
cafe. You
business.
can't say, "Hey, you're Luxor Cafe." Like,
Like,
F you.
you
I'm
know,
a horse. I'm giving you an actual name, not
I-
not
it's
a
too
place.
corporate. Too corporate.
I thought about going with Tits-tastic, but I
It's
didn't.
Tis-tastic.
What's that? Excuse me?
Tis-tastic. Tis.
It's
Tis-tastic. Tis.
I won't take him then. Never
We
mind.
shouldn't have a horse called Burnham Square. It's another place. You can't just name
Yeah,
it
quit
East
trying-
Avenue.
Quit
No,
trying to corporatize our horses.
can't
You know what I'm
call
saying?
a horse East Avenue. That's
Yeah.
an address.
All these corporations are coming in trying to change the beauty of the game. You can't do that.
By the
Why
way,
didn't one
I've
of you- why didn't
determined
one
that
of you-
horse racing is not a sport.
Why didn't one of you fools take Grande?
Where's Grande? Oh, there he is.
I just don't think
What's
he's
bigger, Venti or Grande?
Grande.
Grande.
Trying
can't
to
roll my
figure
R's.
out which one of the Starbucks drinks is actually bigger.
Oh,
Grande?
Starbucks drink?
Venti, Grande. I don't know what else there is.
Who knows?
Vente means 20.
Here's a horse called Sandman.
I love that.
Sovereignty is not a good name.
I think that's a cool name.
It's not a good name. It's a thing. You like. It's not a name. It's not a noun.
Sovereignty.
That's an awesome name. Oh, that's
dumb.
badass.
Flying
Yes,
Mohawk.
me.
Fly.
Like
Why
that.
did none of us take Flying Mohawk? That's awesome.
I didn't see Flying Mohawk in the. I got a list of 20 horses here. I didn't see Flying Mohawk in the field.
Well,
He's in the 11, unless Beza has taken his place.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't have my glasses on when I was looking at this, and I thought Citizen
No,
Balls
by all means. Why
was
would you put on your glasses when you're trying to
by
see something?
far the greatest horse name ever, Citizen Balls.
Citizen Balls, yeah.
Bull. It's Bull. Rainey.
I
It's
know
Rainey.
now.
It's Bull. Yeah.
I know
It would have
now.
been a great one. Yeah. I probably wouldn't be allowed by the pearl clutching, hat wearing freaks at the Kentucky Derby.
They're so juiced by post time. I don't even think they would realize.
They really are. I had a horse named miniature horse actually named Spirit, so that's an awesome horse name.
And you were shoulder high to it, weren't you?
Oh, I was like 12, so probably.
I just
was really tiny. small little guy.
Lost Toby says, "What if cafe is just Spanish for brown?" Still no.
I don't think
Luxor Brown.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It sounds like a name.
Firefighter says, "Being nerdy is not a bad thing, Harris. Use the force."
Fish
Tank
May the
says,
force be
George,
with you. It's coming up.
George, did you hear Darth Vader may or may not be Luke's father? Yeah, I think if a movie came out in the 20s, I'm sorry, like more than 20 years ago, you can definitely spoil it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I meant to ruin a movie for somebody. And if you haven't seen it yet, you lazy bastard, that's on you.
You also, if you don't know about that, you live under a rock. You are Patrick Starr. You live under a rock. I still think they should have made a Star Wars movie. I wouldn't be surprised if they did this about Luke's upbringing, like him as a kid. I thought that would be cool.
But is aunt and uncle just him getting yelled at a lot for whining so much?
Like,
oh
kinda
my
like-
God, he was the whiniest bastard. I was like 7 when that movie came out, and I was like, I really hate this guy already.
Kind of like what they did
I
with
want
Anakin.
to get the power converters and the dice station. I want to see my hands. I just wanted to just hit him and knock him off into that, that little pit
It's
they call it a
impossible.
house.
Yeah.
I want to take the Toshi station. Oh, that's why, everybody's like, why was Obi-Wan so like aloof and so distant? Well, you just meet the kid once, you'll understand it. Oh, jeez. Uncle Owen, when they finally shoot him and turn him into fried biscuits at the end, he's like, thank you. If I had to listen to that kid one more minute. So the Diamondbacks lost yesterday.
Yes, they did.
By a lot.
8-3. So
yeah. See, it wasn't too bad.
And today they're playing again. And,
Yes, they are.
I don't know. Corbin Burns will pitch for the Diamondbacks.
Yes.
With his 4.05 ERA.
That is
And,
correct.
Huskar Brazoban with a 1.56 ERA will
Well
be
said,
pitching
Jeffco.
for the Mets.
Well said.
Yeah,
Jeff.
great pronunciation.
Yeah.
Spot on.
Is that not how you say it? Brazoban. Feel like that's a prescription drug. Give
Well,
him
it's-
some Brazoban stat.
It's going to be unless Corbin Burns has a good day pitching, and the Diamondbacks offense can come out and the bullpen can hold the lead. The Diamondbacks are sunk, I feel, at this point. The Mets are 21-9. They're playing great ball.
Yeah.
But remember, it's the first month of the season, so
Yeah, they have the best run differential in baseball
right now, yeah,
is the
Mhm.
Mets. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they're looking good. This is definitely a prove it game for Corbin Burns for sure.
And it
He
doesn't-
hasn't been doing great so far, has he?
Well, it's not great. He's been very consistent, but he's historically he's a bit of a slow starter. Once he gets going, the scouting report on is he's a very tough pitcher to deal with.
Yeah.
But it's the first month of the season. We'll see what's happened. Now, my concern is Zach Gallen. As we talked about yesterday, his ballooning ERA. His velocity is down. He's a huge inconsistency in pitching. He's a guy that's got to have the ball down. If he gets the ball up, they're going to murder him. And for the Diamondbacks, they play tonight, and then they play tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Arizona time. And then it's catch a quick flight or maybe take the train to Philadelphia, where they'll take on the Phillies for 3. And then they come back home and face these Mets again for 3 at Bank One Ballpark before the dreaded Dodgers come to town.
Golly, this is the worst timing for the Dodgers.
It seems like this is actually this could be a good time for the Snakes to get right, because the Dodgers have 8 arms on the injured reserve list. So
yeah, I'm a bit concerned about Corbin Burns. I'm not going to lie to you. Honestly, the way I see him, last year he was walking just 6% of batters. He's walked 11% this year
so far.
Yeah. So he's not hitting the strike zone a lot whatsoever. His whiff rate, so in terms of guys just swinging and missing, last year 29% of his pitches were resulted in whiffs. This year it's down to 22%. So guys aren't swinging and missing. Guys are hitting the ball. And so those couple things combined, just a little bit of a cause for concern. And by concern, I don't mean panic. I just mean I have my eye on this.
They got to balance this thing out and figure it out, because listen, there's going to be ups and downs in a season. Everybody knows that. But this down looks kind of ugly, and we got to get this straightened out before the Dodgers. We got to, we can't give them an inch.
Well, so. I feel like there's maybe a tick with Corbin Burns that needs to be fixed. I think there's something that he's not doing, that he's missing, and the Diamondbacks pitching staff haven't caught on to it yet, because he's always been known for a enormously amount of ground ball outs. I mean, his bread and butter is throwing the ball up there and getting a lot of inducing a lot of ground balls, and that helps him quite a bit in his pitching game. But he's lately, I mean, they're just barreling the ball up on him, and they're just taking him deep. So what he's got to do is figure out what's wrong with his cutter and why he's not getting. He's got to get the ball down, and he's got to get those ground ball outs have got to start happening. And I feel like they will. My bigger concern, though, is Zach Gallen. There's something wrong with Zach Gallen, and I hate to say it, but without Zach Gallen, this team might be sort of a Star Wars, example. Is they might be just floating out there in space somewhere without the glue to hold this spaceship together.
Well, let me ask you a question real fast. Then we got to go to break. Is it maybe time to get a new pitching coach?
Well, this is a brand new pitching coach.
This is exactly why I'm saying this.
Well, the Diamondbacks employed a new pitching coach after last season. They had a very mature veteran pitching coach, but they kind of cut ties with him, and they brought in this new pitching coach. And I'm looking up his name,
Brian Kaplan.
Brian Kaplan, who's supposed to be a young sort of prodigy pitching coach. He's supposed to be able to get these guys. It's a younger pitching staff. He can relate to the staff better. He's not that far removed from his playing days. So the idea was to bring this guy in and help this young pitching staff, relatively young pitching staff, to do well. So it hasn't worked out so far, and also the bullpen is just, again, a kind of a fractured. If you look at the back of a tapestry and it's all confused, and there's hairs and threads hanging out all over the place, and it doesn't make sense. That's kind of the Diamondbacks pitching, bullpen right now. It's just kind of confused and out of sorts. Not able to hold a lead, not able to close a game. That's kind of where the bullpen is. And in my opinion, I think this team can win many games. They have the offense to do it. It's just they don't have the pitching staff. Their studs are not throwing well at the top of the lineup, and their bullpen's not able to kind of, like I said, hold it or close it down.
Well, listen, I know one thing about a tapestry, Randy. That if Indiana Jones shows up at your castle door wanting to see him, you're probably going to get punched and knocked out.
Yeah,
especially if you're in a Nazi castle.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, listen. When we come back, there's people with stuff to say about the Diamondbacks on the text line, and we got tons of other things we got to talk about too. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to goodrx.com/GLP. That's goodrx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
O'Reilly.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supply. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Worried about your battery and the heat? We get it. You don't want to get stranded somewhere with a car that feels like an oven. We've got you covered at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Our free battery testing and charging service can help. And if you need a battery, we'll help you find a new one. No problem. Power through with free battery testing and charging at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Arizona businesses need more skilled workers, and our students are the solution. At the Pima Joint Technical Education District, we build the talent Arizona businesses rely on. With cutting-edge programs in health and technology and hands-on career training, our 30,000 students will graduate ready for high-demand careers. JTED builds the future of Arizona's workforce. Learn how our students will bring excellence to your business at pimajted.org. This message is sponsored by Potoff Private Philanthropy.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, and it's no surprise. Same game parlay from Bet365 just keeps getting better.
Well, it's even easier to make a bet. Choose from the most popular markets like hits, run line, totals, and home runs. So many to choose from.
Download the app, start building your bet, and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. T&Cs apply.
Let's say you've got questions. You're looking into solar, but you don't know where to start. Well, Harmon Solar has the answers. Hi, I'm Jeffrey O'Brien, and listen, there's a couple of ways you can go here. One, visit harmonsolar.com, browse around, because right across the page, they got links to all sorts of great information, like frequently asked questions, equipment, tax credits, even testimonials. Or just give them a call, 800-281-3189. Ask them directly. They'd love to hear from you. That's 800-281-3189. Or just go to harmonsolar.com.
1580 The Fanatic and at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for sports.
Hey, Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And Harris, you understand why horse racing is not a sport, right?
Yes. It's an individual competition.
No, I'll explain it to you. Yeah. Because the horses aren't aware they're doing it. All they know is they're running and having fun.
Right. They don't have
And they didn't have a choice in the matter. So, and the jockey is just along for the ride. So decided it's a great athletic competition for the horse. But if you're not in on it, it's not your decision, then yeah, I'm just really not seeing that as a
So
sport.
would you consider,
Especially if if you turn your ankle and then they put up a curtain and you get shot.
Yeah.
That just,
So would you consider NASCAR
like if somebody sprains their ankle, they're on the field and they pull the thing, you're wow.
Can you imagine Dame Lillard goes down in the game and
he would not go down. He'd never go down. He'd be like, I'm fine. Get me in the car. Get me in the car.
Oh, here come the curtains.
No, I'm good. Oh, look at me. I'm great. Nobody would ever complain again. Anyway, that's why I just don't feel like horse racing is a sport. So, all right. So we were talking about the Diamondbacks a few minutes ago. So let's get the takes of all the people in the fourth dimension who dare to take. Fighting Wampa says the Diamondbacks' new pitching coach is the teacher from Welcome Back, Kotter.
No,
Gabe Kaplan.
No, it's Brian Kaplan.
Oh,
and like I said, he was brought in because when Brent Strom was still here, He and Lovello didn't see eye to eye on pitching philosophy, so he was let go. Brent Strom, in my opinion, one of the greatest pitching coaches you've never heard about. One of the greatest pitching coaches in all of Major League Baseball.
How do you like that, Randy? They didn't give him any talent in the previous years.
Yeah.
And we got to a World Series. Now they get rid of him. There's tons of talent, and we can't do anything with
it. This Brian Kaplan who came in is, again, he's a younger guy. He relates to the athletes better. He has a couple of performance centers that he's opened up since his playing days ended. He had an arm injury when he was at, I think it was Notre Dame. He was a pitcher with Notre Dame, and he's been around such guys as Mad Max, Corey Kluber, guys like that come to his facility to develop and to stay in shape in the offseason and to fix any flaws. Max Scherzer is who I was thinking of. Justin Verlander as well. Yeah, likes to go to his places. He's got 2 different places that are helping these guys pitch better, pitch longer, and pitch more effectively. And that's why I find it strange that Zach Gallen has got something and that Corbin Burnes is missing something. You would think Brian Kaplan would be able to figure out what it is, because it's not just ground ball outs, but it's the way these guys are hitting the ball so hard on Corbin Burnes, that they're missing something in the way he's delivering. I don't know if he's tipping his pitches. I don't know if it's not his velocity, and it's not his repertoire.
Yeah.
It's just something is not clicking right now for him.
So if the guy knows his stuff, then you have to think, is there something broken in the relation? You say he relates to these players more. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe there's some sort of a gap with the chemistry. Listen, when we go through the thing of having tryouts for somebody to be on this show, we like to do it live on air, so we immediately get a sense of how something is going to work and not going to work. And I'm going to be honest with you. In the past, there's been a guy, we get his resume, I'm like, oh, this guy's going to be great. I get a phone call on, I'm like, oh, this guy, he's probably going to be the one. And then they come out and they try it, and you're like, ooh, he is not the one, because the chemistry's not there.
Yeah.
Couldn't say the same for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, you were just the only person who applied for the job.
Well, yeah.
Wait, I thought you said you had someone else that tried out.
We lied.
We lied to you. Mm-hmm.
No, there was actually quite a few. Now I have more resumes.
I was like,
I still have more resumes, Harris. Just saying.
I was like, man, that hurt my confidence. I thought I beat out a ton of people. Turns out I just beat myself, but that's okay. Let me say that
everyone in the audience thinks you probably beat yourself on a regular basis.
I was just gonna.
Oh my gosh, dude! I set myself up for that. Ugh. I should know better. I should know better by now.
Can you ask Harris if Burns's velo is down? No, I'm not going to. I'll just say velocity.
It's a little bit down.
I'm going to say the full word.
Well, Corbin Burns' velocity is not down. He's throwing as hard as he has been in the past. He's just not been. He's not as effective as he has been, and that's why I think that Kaplan and the guys on the Diamondbacks are missing something with Corbin Burns. Maybe it's a little tick, a little way that he's fallen into a bad pattern when he delivers the ball that might be taking away his placement of the ball. There's something, if you change your plant foot when you're pitching and you're exploding from where you are using your back leg and you're pushing off the mound and you land just a quarter of an inch off, it can affect so much in the delivery of your pitch. So they could be missing something.
Get Randy down there to talk to these guys.
Well, I mean, it's simple. It's everybody knows about it if you've played the game.
It is simple.
The problem is locating it and fixing it.
So here's the thing: you have it's an either or. I don't know how. Maybe it's both. I don't know. It's either or. Either there's a gap in the chemistry between the pitching coach and these guys in teaching and learning this, or the dude doesn't really know what he's doing.
Well, I don't think there's teaching at this level. And when you
know what I mean, guiding, directing,
I understand.
Whatever word you want to use.
The problem is
coaching.
Like I said, I don't know that they're able to identify what might be wrong with Corbin Burnes delivery.
Yeah.
So these guys sit around in between games watching hours and hours of tape to see if they can locate any problems with the pitcher's delivery. Triple H, you had something to say. I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah, I'm a little puzzled that they let Strom go because Strom won World Series with the Astros.
Oh,
like,
yes,
he's an established guy, and so
Well,
I was a little bit puzzled to look at that they let him go. Corbin's velocity is down, but not anything like crazy. He's down 1 mile per hour, so that's not anything really concerning, to be honest with you. But sometimes new things take time to adapt. But baseball's like a metaphor for the game of life, honestly. Football, it's only Sundays. Basketball, you get a few days off. Baseball, you don't get many days off. It's life, man. So I don't think you can overreact, and I don't think you can underreact. I just think you got to go through it.
Really sorry to tell you this, but your velocity is down.
Your velo
is down.
My velo is down. My velo is actually. I've always wanted to see how hard I could throw a baseball. I've always wanted to see.
It's not what we mean.
I think I could. I know it's not, but I always am curious. I'm just curious.
Sharp Cat says, "Hey Jeffrey, horse racing is a sport of kings." Yeah, but have you noticed a lot of kings are dicks? Yeah, and the other thing is, you're wrong. It's not a sport of kings. It's not a sport. So there. I was surprised I didn't get more people mad about that whole thing. I was surprised the kid from Tennessee didn't want to argue with me about those things.
Randy, would you say NASCAR is a sport?
I would say it's a sport, but Jeffrey would say it's not a sport.
Okay.
No, we determined it is.
I don't think you can say NASCAR is a sport and horseback riding.
Sure you
is
can,
not.
because the drivers decide to do it. There's a race. There's a definitive winner at the end. So it ticks all the right boxes. The horse isn't really in on it. The horse doesn't have a choice. And by the way, NASCAR, if you crash the car, they don't shoot you in the head.
Well, the thing about horseback riding is it takes a lot on the jockey. Like, you have to have you have to have a strong lower body. I mean, a very strong lower body.
The little jockeys on there, they're just barely a spring.
They're barely springs, but they have strong lower bodies.
Okay, so
they know how to stick to the horse. I'm just saying.
It's an athletic competition for them and the horse, but it is not.
I can see that. I just see the flaw in considering NASCAR a sport and not horseback riding, because it's very similar.
I've already exposed the flaw in your thinking on that.
Both take physical exertion.
Can't believe we're
but
still
a
going
similar
on this.
amount of it. So, yeah.
Harris, your take is broken. Randy, pull up the curtain. Average Joe says, Harris, you absolutely do not want to see how hard you actually throw. Leave the dream alive in your head. You're probably you probably two off at 65. I think he's trying to say that
wow,
you peaked at 65 if you've ever thrown 65.
Harris, did you play any ball in high school? Any baseball?
I didn't play base. I played basketball and soccer.
So you don't know. You haven't.
No, I'm just always curious. I can throw a football really hard. I know that. And so,
have you ever had? Had that velocity measured?
No,
your velo. He means velo.
I have not had that measured, but I know I can.
I wish I had tried to see how fast I could throw before my shoulders, got bad.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what. I'd be in agony if I tried.
Yeah. And by the way, Randy, I have a natural sidearm when I throw a football. Like, I throw a completely sidearm.
Yeah, you enjoy the Tommy Johns
sidearm.
Yep,
wow.
a complete natural sidearm. Like, I don't overhand it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Big George says, Harris, you may have beaten out many great candidates. Okay, phrasing for this prestigious position, but you should feel good about that. You beat out a stay-at-home dad.
Wow.
Don't bring up people. Number one Rattlers fan says, I faxed my resume in 2 months ago. I checked my records and turned out I inverted a couple of digits. So do I need to resend it? Is Harris's job on the ropes?
No,
not that we know of.
No.
Thanks,
Harris
guys.
is secure at this point. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
guys.
Zay says Harris lobbing up softballs early and often, guys. Tioa says Howard at least got the role. And I was thinking,
Really?
Who's Howard? Instead of Ralph. Oh, yeah,
I'm Howard.
Any name that starts with an H is Harris.
Harris.
Did Ralph try out?
No.
Okay.
Ralph has a full-time job.
We try to keep those proceedings from him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Beer Bob says, I guess that's one way to stop LeBron from flopping.
Ah.
What?
Is what?
Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't know where in the conversation that was.
That whole thing, Jeffrey, you said he got like poked in the eye and he was on the ground and he
Yeah,
had
he's, like,
like his
doing
hand and he was looking out with his hand.
You finally saw the video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was I exaggerating?
No, you were not. You were right. You were right. It's funny.
Fish Tank says, Harris, I know you're getting a lot of flack for your age. Not just his age, but I'll finish. But I feel for you. But drinking a Capri Sun on the air is not going to help you out, sir.
They had no water. They had no water in the kitchen, so I had to get a Capri Sun.
Wow.
Yeah, I was thirsty.
You got to do what you got to do, Fish Tank.
Yep.
So.
All
right, guys. Hour 2 is next. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Millions of Americans take medicine like Ozempic and Zepbound. Many of them are overpaying by thousands of dollars a year. These GLP-1 medications for diabetes, weight loss, and more may not always be covered by your insurance, but GoodRx can help. GoodRx helps you save every month on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, it's free to use. Check GoodRx to save on GLP-1s. Just go to GoodRx.com/GLP. That's GoodRx.com/GLP. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Count on Kohl's for those special gifts Mom deserves this Mother's Day. Inspire her inner chef with must-haves for her kitchen, wellness essentials for her fitness routine, and jewelry for her perfect night out. Plus, you can save 15% on some of your finds and earn Kohl's Cash. Find Mom's perfect gift in time for Mother's Day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer valid through May 11th. Kohl's Cash and coupons do not apply to Sephora. Exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for more details.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
My pain is considerable, but that prescription is dangerous.
The side effects of my medicine are worse than my condition.
I'm in recovery. I can't take those pills.
When faced with a health crisis, you shouldn't have to choose between risks. Choose natural healing.
At the Naturopathic Physicians Group in Scottsdale, our naturopathic doctors are experts in full spectrum care using a natural approach. Patients come in for a variety of issues, including joint pain, chronic conditions, and issues specific to men's and women's health. Our naturopathic doctors can restore pain-free joint function and restore balance in immune, digestive, and hormone systems, which often improves immediate physical symptoms without having you take a bunch of pills. If traditional medicines aren't working, don't you think it's time to start feeling like yourself again? Call Naturopathic Physicians Group at 480-451-6161. That's 480-451-6161. Or go to naturopathicgroup.com.
A career in law enforcement puts you on a course with unlimited paths. At the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, your career can take you virtually anywhere you want to go. Detention officer, deputy sheriff, and emergency dispatcher are just a few available career paths. As you gain experience, you may also earn specialized assignments or follow a leadership track. Pursue your passion and explore rewarding and exciting career opportunities with MCSO. Learn more at jobs.mcso.org. Honor the law, serve the people.
Sponsored by the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down.
Because it's time for what?
Showtime. When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. And your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale. And listen, sometimes the text line gets busy. Sometimes there's a ton. Listen, we got thousands of people on there. Now, of course, not all of them are texting at exactly the same time all the time.
Right.
But a lot of times as we're having these conversations, it's a flow of consciousness, and I'm trying to get to as many texts as I can. Can't get to them all. I still am backed up right now to 3:30. So some people had texted a half an hour ago.
Oh, man.
I got an email from random texter, and he's like, "Hey, did I get blocked or something? My text hasn't gone through." I said, "Well, I've got a lot of texts I'm trying to get to you." And I said, "Yours is next." And then I looked down, like, actually, it's not. There's like 6 people ahead of him. So sometimes the text line is popping. So if you don't hear your text read right away, it's nothing personal, except for Donnie. But the rest of you, I'm getting there.
If the text line is popping, don't bother knocking. Am I right, guys?
No, it's not. It's not about. You don't knock when you text.
Let Randy cook. Let him
send
cook.
in all the texts you want. It's not. There's no knocking involved, unless I put like a knocking sound effect on it, and then the whole thing would be like constant, like a woodpecker.
Okay.
You don't want this show to sound like a pecker, do you?
No.
We would not want that.
No.
So I just to be cool, because he's an OG. He's a Hall of Fame texter, random texter. I'm going to read his, then I'll get back to getting it all done in line.
Yeah.
Random texter earlier said, the Daily Blender on 1580 The Fanatic, the official radio show of the Arizona Diamondbacks. Both are confused. Both are in disarray. Tune in daily. It's a great promo, except for we are not anything official for the Diamondbacks. We're just fans.
Right.
We're absolutely fans, but we are not allowed to say official anything of them. We would love to have the Diamondbacks on this station.
You're damn right we would.
Yeah.
Be very happy to have them here.
Yeah.
We're huge fans of the Diamondbacks.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that's just not the way it is right now. So we are not allowed to say that. Were you trying to get us fired? I mean, we're trying to get us fired on a regular basis, but we don't need your help.
Right.
Firefighter says, that's what women say about me, a slow starter. But once I get going, I'm unstoppable. I don't even remember what we were talking about when that came up.
Corbin Burns.
Oh,
Corbin
okay.
Burns,
Sure.
Pitching. Yeah.
Sir Drives a Lot says, must win. Diamondbacks and Mets will fight for the wild card. They play 6 games this year. Can't lose tonight.
I don't think. Look, the Mets. I think
early for that.
I think the Mets will be fighting for the East, the National League East, and I think depending on how this looks, the Phillies are going to be there. You know that. The Braves are off to a bad start, but they're going to get healthy, and I believe that they'll be up there. So the top 3 is going to be the Mets, the Phillies, and the Braves. And I think in the West, I still believe this Diamondbacks team is going to contend in the West and will contend definitely for the wild card. It's just a matter of getting there. And remember, everybody, it's the first month of the season. A lot can happen. A lot can happen.
Abe Froman, yes, we can. At first, I was going to say no, but then I said yes.
Okay.
Abe Froman, the Sausage King from Chicago, says, can we talk about my first place Cubbies? They swept the Dodgers last week and sit alone in first place in the Central. Hell yes, we can applaud the Cubbies for sweeping the Dodgers.
No kidding. Yeah.
See, I hate the Yankees, and I don't care about the Red Sox, but I love the Red Sox when they beat the Yankees. And then I love the Cubs when they beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, and then, like I said, the Dodgers they've got some injury woes happening, and we'll see how this affects them in the long run. But not Ichiro. Ohtani is still hitting bombs. He hit one the first pitch he saw yesterday. It went over the fence. So this team is not out of it by any means. But look, the Cubs. Wow! In only 2 short seasons. Council has got this team playing ball, and he's got the right players on there. And these are scrubby players, man. These are guys that go out and like to get the uniform dirty, and they like to play the game hard and play it fast. So, yeah, for sure, unless they run into some sort of trouble, watch out for the Cubs later on this summer.
Harris, you remember when we were talking about the human question mark?
Craig
Counsell, who used to bat for the Diamondbacks. Did you go see the video of his batting stance?
Yes, I did. It's
am
like
I right
way
or
up
am I
here.
right?
Yeah, no,
Human
you're right.
Question mark.
It
at
is
the batting stance.
way up there.
Oh yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. He was fun. He was fun when he was on the Diamondbacks.
I mean, how can that not be fun?
Walter Mellon says maybe this new pitching coach is too young. He's trying to fit in and be the cool guy instead of being the experienced coach that he should be.
I don't think that's the case at all. This guy is all business. Again, he had 2 businesses and still has them, as far as I know, that deal with athletic training type of deals and helping pitchers be the best they can be. So I think give this guy an opportunity. You can't. It's only a month into the season, and he only had like a month before the season to really get dialed in with his pitching staff. Look, these guys are going to hit their stride and start playing well. We just have to wait and see how the pitching staff comes around.
Yeah, Moist One is the voice of reason on this. Says only a month in, unless he's telling pitchers to throw underhand, you got to give it time.
Yeah,
that's a Moist One with a very reasonable comment.
Moist One is a good baseball guy. He's a good baseball fan.
Yeah. Oh, no, he knows his stuff on baseball.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Average Joe says, doesn't Patrick Mahomes also throw sidearm? Boy, the similarities just don't end, right?
Seems like it seems like he does. Yeah.
Have we seen Harris and Patrick Mahomes in the same place? No, because Patrick Mahomes has excellent security. Number one Rattlers fan says there's a video out there of a former major leaguer, Trevor Bauer, taking on a challenge for charity. He strikes out 14 random office workers, and he has to do it in 84 pitches without them getting a hit. He struck every single one of them out.
But good for him. I mean,
the point is, don't bother with the throwing the ball and trying to figure out how fast you can throw. Live with the fantasy that you've got a smoking fastball.
I don't know. I want to see this as real life here. I'm pretty.
Well, you might think you throw it. How fast do you think you throw? What's your velocity?
I have no idea.
Velo. What's your velo?
My velo.
Your gut instinct. What's your instinct when you throw a baseball? How hard do you think you can throw it?
70.
Okay.
There's 0% you throw 70.
0%. That's just
0%
my gut
chance.
feeling. I throw a football really hard. I know that, but I don't know how much I can throw a baseball.
I mean, I used to throw a football really hard too.
How much? How hard did you throw, Randy?
I threw in my heyday back many.
Ball. I did not play ball.
Many years ago. I threw in the low 90s.
Oh, dang, man!
You are not throwing 70, Harris.
Low 90s. You want to make a bet, Jeffrey? We should honestly put $1 on this.
I'll give you a lunch bet. Your dollar to my lunch. Meaning, if you win, you get lunch. If I win, I get $1.
Okay, that is a deal.
Number one Rattler fan says 43 miles an hour is my guess for Harris. Well, that's the thing. If he does under 70, I get $1.
Yeah. We'll see.
And if you go off and do this, you better have video, and then it better be verifiable and not.
I gotta find a place. Where can I find a place where I can get one of those trackers?
There used to be a batting place where they
used to be.
Well, I don't know if they still have them. I don't know, and I don't know where Triple H lives, and we could talk about that off the air. But there used to be a batting place in the East Valley where you could probably go in there and get get the velocity of your hardest thrown ball.
You know who would know that? I bet Ralph's, because his kid's a pitcher.
He'd have resources.
Yeah, Ralph's gotta give me the location, because I will do that.
So 70 miles an hour.
Yeah, we can
70 miles an hour or over, you win. 69 miles an hour or lower, I win.
We can make a daily blender.
If it don't have a 7 on it or higher, you lose. 70 or higher.
Oh, I'm pumped for this. I'm pumped for this. Yes.
You get lunch or I get $1.
Oh, I'm so pumped for this. Oh, man. Yeah. I'm excited.
If it's 70, it's just a push then. Is that what we're saying?
No, 70, he wins.
Oh, okay.
If he can actually get 70, he wins.
All right.
Slow Mo Zo says, no. If he loses, he gets tased. No. This is for the dollar.
No.
This just shows you how confident I am.
It has nothing to do with being tased.
Fighting Wampa says, so Jeffrey, where are you going to spend that $1?
Frame it.
I'll probably just put it behind
But
me.
he probably won't get $1 anyway, so he's not gonna have to worry about that.
A list of
too far
all
ahead.
the dollars I'll probably steal from Harris over the next however long he works here.
You're thinking too far ahead. I mean, come on, we're not even
Randy,
there yet.
do you want to explain to him that I have a high accuracy rate when it comes to winning bets?
It's uncanny, Harris. It's uncanny.
Hey, so do I. Just saying.
Okay.
Just
All
saying.
Right. I've been with this guy for over 30 years, and I'm just telling you,
Oh, shit.
generally when he makes a bet, he generally wins a bet. I
don't remember the last
seen-
one I lost.
I have not seen the last time. I can't remember the last time.
Scatterboo was a bad beat, by the way.
Well, that was fine because I didn't lose it.
You
I
didn't
win
lose
It was
it.
a push.
He got drafted like third pick of the fourth round.
In the fourth round, yeah.
Like I was like, that was like worst case scenario because
But
some of the
guess
running
what?
backs fell.
I was still right because I had said no, it won't be as late as the fifth or sixth round. So I don't mind a push. I don't mind a push.
No, nothing to complain about.
There is no push in our thing. You either get 70 or more, or you don't.
I'm so pumped.
Kyle G says, got clocked at 82 in high school. Pretty good
Hey.
for an outfielder. Felt like my arm was going to tear, though, when I did that. I'd be happy, though, if I could still hit like 72, maybe 75 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Man, don't do it. You're going to just say, once you get to a certain age, don't.
Hey, you're
Just
talking
don't.
to someone that like hits some like 270 smoking drives. Like I got the
Did you just say 270 smoking drives? Are you talking golf?
Talking golf, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
what the hell is he talking about?
What the hell
Yeah.
does he mean?
Yeah, I've done it before. That's like my high end. Usually it's like 250.
270. That's a fur piece out there.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, it is.
Darn right.
Wilbur says, am I allowed to say the Dodgers suck and they'll continue to suck as long as I say so? I'll allow it. I'll allow that. Yeah. Number one Rattler fan says, hey, since we're talking baseball, my latest favorite baseball trivia, which Hall of Fame baseball player personally broke up 81 no-hitters with a home run. Which Hall of Fame baseball player personally broke up 81 no-hitters with a home run? So 81 times he hit a home run, and that took out a pitcher's no-hitter. That's an extreme amount of people
happened?
having a no-hitter against you when you face them up the bat. That doesn't even sound
That
real.
doesn't even sound right. 81? Shoot.
We
What
don't
would my
know,
guess
number one
be?
Rattler fan, because it doesn't even sound real.
It doesn't sound right. Yeah.
As a batter, how many no-hitter pitchers do you face?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
according-
Unless it's a
according-
no-hitter in the very first inning at the first at-bat.
According to the Goog, and I just typed it in, and I don't know how accurate this is, but Ricky Henderson, Ricky Henderson is credited with breaking up at least 81 no-hitters with a home run.
You were supposed to wait 5 minutes, according to number one Rattlers fan, before we Googled it.
That's one of the
I'm sorry.
That's one of the craziest stats I've ever heard.
Fish Tank
Yeah.
says Ricky Henderson. Yeah, your Google
Yeah.
works too.
That's up there.
He
like
was the leadoff hitter. Well, then that doesn't count as a no hitter.
Oh.
That's dumb. That's a dumb
Well,
stat.
Well, it kind of does because I mean, technically
Doesn't.
speaking,
No, I
It's a
invalidate
no-no.
your position and your existence. Hefty Lefty says Craig's batting stance. Yes, he did that so he could check his pits for bad BO.
I don't think that was the reason.
Yeah.
Sir Drives a Lot says, what was the Diamondbacks record versus the Mets last year? Mets played extra games to get in. Diamondbacks missed out by a game. Doesn't matter. It's April. Diamondbacks must win.
Well,
I hear what you're
mean,
saying, Sir Drives a Lot.
I don't agree with you've got to be yes, every game in the regular season when it comes down to the wild card and getting into the postseason does matter. It does matter. It's a long season, and a lot of people like to shake it off as well, you know, this, that, and the other, and it doesn't really matter. It does matter, and you don't like to see yourself lose this, but generally speaking, other teams are going to go through slumps as well. And I've seen teams just die off in the dog days of August. After the All-Star break, just have a completely different season, and they get passed by everybody, including the caterers and the vendors at the ballpark. I mean, everybody passes them in the standings, and they don't go anywhere. So I have seen that happen. I'm just saying, just give this team an opportunity. Right now, it's kind of rough, but I feel like they can get going.
Base Slappa, why you keep wanting to talk about Savannah Bananas like all the time, like almost every text?
I think he might think I'm upset by that. I'm really not upset by that.
Tia says, I got my money on Horatio over 70 miles an hour. I guess, do we want some side action on this? You guys want to take some bets of the super fans? I don't know.
I bet Ralph could get his hands on a radar gun.
He probably could.
Oh, I'm sure he could. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chosen One says, just find a carnival for Harris. They got that pitching game.
Oh no, those things are rigged.
It's not even accurate. We're not
Yeah,
going to
you're
allow the carnival game to
too
be
close
the
to
guide.
too close to it. Also, so yeah.
Hamilton
this
Porter
guy.
says, I don't even think you can get a McDonald's ice cream cone for $1, Jeffrey.
Mm.
That's all right. It's going to be, I'll start to pile them up from all the bets I'm going to win against Harris in the future. Slow Mo Zo says, how many pitches does Harris get? Many as he wants, I think.
That's a good question. I was actually
They're not going to
thinking
get
of that.
faster as he goes. They're
Yeah,
going to get
they're gonna
slower.
probably
Well,
slow down.
I mean, you better lay down the stats here. I mean, is he going to get 5 throws to make 70? Is he going to get 2 throws to make 70?
But I don't understand, Randy. You think he'll get faster as he goes?
Well, you think he's going to get 70 right out of the box, not even throwing anything?
Tell you what, it has to be in one outing.
When you say one outing, how many?
He's got to go to
throws
the
does that mean?
place. I don't know how many throws should it be. You tell me. I don't know.
Well, I mean, are you going to allow him to warm up before you let him throw?
Of course. I'm not going to
Okay.
just like
All right.
throw him out there
So
cold.
then, are you going to allow him to warm up and then go
Sure.
in? And how many throws does he get to accomplish 70?
How many just sounds fair? I don't know.
Well, I mean, if it were me and a lunch was on the table for me, I would say like in 2 throws and that's it.
Two throws
After you
No.
warm up, 2
After you
throws.
warm up,
No.
time to do the real
two,
thing.
2 throws.
2
is-
throws after you warm
No.
up.
I love how
2
Harris
throws.
thinks he's going to get faster.
Two throws. Heck no. I think it's got to be.
I'll let
when
you
the-
loosen up.
There's like
And
there's
well,
like
how many
100
throws do you want, Triple
There's
H?
like
You can throw
100
70 or you can't.
There's like 100 pitches in a game. You know, a
Well,
starter do
100
like
well,
80,
you're not going to
90.
let you. You're after at some
Oh,
point.
I got
you're
a lot
not
of gas
gonna
in the tank.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
You'll be
okay.
tired after 2.
Oh, I got a lot of gas in the tank.
It's your bet,
Hey, how about
Jeffco. Whatever you think.
I'll tell
I
you
mean,
what. I'll compromise. 3. Warm up
What?
and then 3 pitches.
I'm gonna say, how about 15?
No,
15.
you either can throw 70 or you can't.
Because see, that changes things. Because we agreed on the fact that I could hit 7.
You
we didn't agree
warm
on
up.
how
I
many.
didn't agree. I said you can't.
I've seen guys go on the hill and I've seen them throw their max velocity right off the bat.
See, here's
You
the thing:
warm
is
up.
I don't pitch, and so
You-
I gotta
you
like
warm up.
learn how to put the feet.
What do you mean
right.
learn?
I gotta
You
learn
either
how to
throw
prop my
70
feet, put
or
it
you
right.
can't.
It's getting sadder and sadder.
Oh my
It's
god!
just
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you.
okay.
3 pitches,
Harris, you
Two
get
of
5. You get 5.
5 pitches.
That's
Fine.
it. 5 pitches. Am I not generous, Randy?
I think that's very generous.
I don't
5
think it's
pitches to hit 70 miles an hour.
No,
Well, Harris, you want 100 pitches.
I would probably say, yeah, I want 100.
You'll be crying by like the 4th pitch. You're like, ow, take me home, mom.
This is my arrogance taking it. I get it. I get it. I know.
Your arrogance
I got.
that you
I,
could even hit
I have
70.
a blind spot here. I have a lot of confidence.
5 pitches from 60 feet 6 inches on a mound, and you throw into home plate, and no, I'm
Yeah.
not catching you.
And we're gonna we are gonna have to be there.
So what if it doesn't hit the strike zone? Does that count?
It doesn't matter. Or you either hit 70 or you don't.
Jeffrey just rolled his rolled his eyes at me. He hated that.
Just getting dumber and dumber.
He hated that question. I'm just curious. We got to get some criteria here. The bet's got to
Well,
be.
it's from the mound,
Fair.
60 feet 6 inches from the plate. You got to hit 70 miles an hour in 5 pitches.
All right.
You can warm up before. And
Okay,
then
yeah,
you're
I'll
the
warm
guy
up.
that came
I'll warm
out
up
here and
before.
said you could throw 70. So
I think I could.
all
Okay,
right.
listen, that's it. There's no more to this. There's no more conditions. There's no more anything. You get a warm up. You get
I'm
to
gonna-
warm up.
I'm going to give you a waiver.
5 pitches.
Oh,
and then that's
waiver.
it.
I'm going to give you a waiver. And make sure I put your signature in there and everything.
Oh man.
Boss Toby says, yeah, every game it starts as no hitter. Ricky hit leadoff. Yeah, we all figured that out.
Ricky ruined another no-hitter.
Moist One says,
Yeah.
I got a radar gun if Harris wants to throw with me.
Isn't
Don't
he
do
in
it.
Montana?
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just, just don't do it. No. We're good. Thank you, Moist One. We're good. Pro Dog says Mariners had an epic collapse last year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Mm-hmm.
They
Fish
really
tank.
fell apart.
What's this? Oh, you can buy on Amazon. I don't know how accurate it is, but you can buy a ball that has its own speed sensor inside of it for $20.
Yeah. No, they don't work.
The
All right, don't
Skills
waste your
bullet
money.
ball pitching speed sensor is
No.
rank they've sold 3,400 of them, and there's only a rating of 3 stars.
Yeah.
I mean, that
No.
does not work. So
Don't do
no
that.
fish tank. We're not going to use that thing. Hefty Lefty says Sheriff Tom could probably get a radar gun. Oh yeah. But Sheriff Tom, though, he's very strict.
Haven't heard from him lately, though.
I've never heard of this Sheriff Tom.
We heard from him a while ago. I don't think it's been that long.
I don't think it's been since Triple H has been on the show.
Yeah, never heard of the name.
Average Joe says AZ Dingers in Queen Creek has radar guns to see your pitch speed.
There you go.
Queen Creek is really far.
You know what? Find someplace. Someplace in Scottsdale, so with the middle spot for everybody. Because Randy and I are going to have to come see this. Sir Drives a Lot says, Blender outing, fastest pitch. Oh, I see what you're saying. We do a thing where everybody gets a shot at it. See who ends up with the fastest pitch.
Yeah. That'd be good. I wonder is it just us? Could it be like everyone else? Like Phil and
No,
Ralph
the bet
and all
is
of them?
between you and me on this, period.
Okay.
That's it.
If
This
we
is where
did
bet
the
closes.
fastest pitch outing, would we add like Phil
$1
and Ralph?
versus lunch? Okay, that's it.
All right.
For the super fans of the Fourth Dimension, or even Ralph, or I mean, I don't see Nigel throwing, but if Ralph wants in on this, whoever wants in on this, minus his son, because his son actually is a college pitcher, so he's a ringer. We could try to do something like that. I don't know. We have to find a place. I don't know. It's a good idea, but man, we're not doing it this time. All right, listen, we've got a ton of text sitting here on the text line and a ton of stuff to talk about. Let's come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start May 14th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Did you know Harman Solar has gone super high tech? There's an amazing tool at harmansolar.com that'll give you an instant ballpark solar estimate using satellites from space. You just type in a little information, and within seconds, you'll have an idea of just how little money it takes to save big on that monthly electric bill. I did it, and within seconds, they measured my roof and calculated my savings. It's very impressive. Go to harmansolar.com and give it a try yourself. That's harmansolar.com.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to selectquote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
The Rich Eisen Show.
Brian Gutekunst here, the general manager of the Packers. How do you take in what's going on with Rodgers right now?
Yeah, I really like the chair I'm sitting in now and viewing it from that chair than the one I was before. Yeah, he was a great player here, and there's so much appreciation for him from our organization, from myself. And you're kind of rooting from him from afar to keep playing because he's such a great talent. He's had a long, really, really good career. And if he decides to hang it up, then that's pretty good. 20-some years.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at 9 a.m. on 1580, The Fanatic.
Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Sir Drives a Lot says, I always wondered what I could throw. I know I beat 70. Okay. I mean, hey, I can't say yay or nay. I can't see you. I can see Harris. Kiss the Cook says after a warm up, guys, you should get 3 pitches to throw 70 miles per hour.
Well, that's what I said.
Well, and Harris kept whining, and I just figure I give him 5 pitches. I think he will be gassed after the second pitch because he'll be trying so hard. He will be gassed after the second pitch. The speeds will go down and down, not up and up. Kyle G says, give him 10 pitches, guys. Also, Harris, you got to remember to get the right, stretches done before and after your warm up. Do you know the right stretches?
No, I do not know the right
stretches.
stretches.
Well.
No.
Lost Toby says, hey, I did a little research here, and Ricky Henderson has the record for leadoff home runs. He's broken up 4 real no-hitters, including one in the 9th with a single. The 81 breakup, that is a misleading statement. See, that's what I'm saying. Thank you, Lost Toby.
Well, I mean, technically at the beginning of a ball game, every ball game is a no-hitter. And Ricky, just kill another no-hitter. That's the way he would have said it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Firefighter says, Harris, I got a couple of balls you can warm up with. Just come on over to my place, bring some wine. Hey, whoa.
Hey, Triple H, don't swing that way, Jack.
Yeah, hey, I ain't doing
Can
that.
I kick it?
Yes, you can.
Says, give him all the warm up he wants. Triple H will not be able to throw 70. That's what I'm saying.
Top of the first, Corbin Burns in a bases loaded situation here already.
Oh, fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second.
Already had a visit to the mound.
So here's the problem. 2 of those are walks. One of them's a hit.
Well, if it was a hit, they would have scored. So I feel like
no. One was a hit. I think the first one was a hit. The next 2 are walks.
Maybe. Okay.
Because on the box score here, I've got it shows that he's only 1 hit, but he's got 3 guys on base.
Yeah. Well,
T-Licious says, if you think the 4th dimension will be there cheering you on, just knock it off, new guy. No crowd to pump you up. I say you pop out at 65.
You guys underestimate my power. Just saying.
I feel like we don't. I feel like no, we're probably.
I think you
right
do.
On.
I think you do. You heavily underestimate.
You can try to Anakin this all you want, but this is.
Oh, I'm gonna keep trying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep going. That's it.
Kyle G says, let's make a day of it. Let's go to a ballpark with a speed gun. Randy can barbecue. Fish Tank's band can play. Maybe we can play some pickup baseball or softball. Blender Saturday in the park. Can I just say it's a great idea? It's already too hot.
Yeah, great idea. Yeah,
it's already too hot. Unless we can rent out Chase Field. And guess what? We can't.
We can't do that. Yeah.
Hefty Lefty says, I'm almost positive that I can't get close to 70 with the baseball. Probably because I never played baseball. Well, yeah, that's, but you never know what your arm can do. I mean, everybody can throw. Average Joe says, Harris sounds more and more like every regular who screams at the TV watching sports. I could have made that field goal. It's just a free throw. Anyone can hit a baseball.
Let me say, I would, I can objectively look at myself and say that I am not that guy. I just have a supreme amount of, so there's something called the Dunning-Kruger effect.
Let me say that have to do with you being like completely delusional and in denial?
Everything. It has everything to do. Yes. So you start, there's the first stage, which is like the bottom. And then the second stage,
Harris is the bottom.
This has been estimated by psychologists. The second stage is called the peak of Mount Stupid. And it's where you are like at the top because you like just started doing it and you think you can just do the whole thing. Eventually it hits and you go down to the valley of despair. This is the third stage. And then you keep going. And then it's the slope of enlightenment, which is like in the middle of Mount Stupid and the valley of despair.
Of enlightenment.
I am fully aware that I'm on the peak of Mount Stupid.
All of this reminds me of the pizza eating contest I had against Randy back in 1993.
Who won that?
Randy did. I won the next one against another guy, but Randy, I had the wrong strategy going in against Randy.
What was your strategy? How did you agree
that
to that?
I thought I could eat more slices than him. I got photos of it too.
Do you really?
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh. I need to see those photos, man. That's awesome.
Bite My Kebab says, I think you should give Harris one chicken wing for every 70-mile-an-hour ball he could throw.
Oh, you might be onto something. You might be
I
onto
already
something.
said I'm giving him a lunch. So, Swave Dave says,
a lot of upside in that.
Harris, was that? I can't read what it says though, Dave. He says, are you going to flex your intelligence and challenge Jeffrey to a chess match? Throw down the gauntlet, stating you will put him in checkmate in 100 moves or less. 100 moves.
So I'll have you know, I was in chess club in high school.
You didn't need to tell us.
I was in chess club.
We already knew.
Did you guys pick up that? I used to play a lot of chess. I've sort of lost my mojo with it. Looking to get back into it. So
I will own all you fools in Scrabble. Hamilton Porter says most pitchers in college are only throwing in the 80s. No, but Ralph's kid's a phenom, man. Big George says Corbin Burns got out of it. He's heading to the second inning, tied at 0. Oh, that was amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
He got out of it, struck out the last two guys. I don't know what he did.
What the hell?
To get the first out, but Gino Suarez is at the plate now for the Snakes.
Ooh, this sounds good. Well, that's it's good to see some good bad pitching turn good to get him out of an inning.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
T-Licious says, I take bigger bleeps than you, new guy. Well, we all do. I mean,
actually,
Sir Drives a Lot says,
you underestimate my power yet again.
Good luck, new Keon. Good luck, new Keon. Jeffrey's going to get a crisp new George Washington.
Don't underestimate the power of the dark side. Just saying.
Chosen One says, breaking news, the Jets have had their 24-year-old quarterback retire. Jordan Travis retired today.
I saw that.
It's sad.
Yeah,
so sad.
too bad.
It was a leg injury, right?
Yeah, he hurt it against North Alabama a couple of years ago where he tore his ACL and the rehab process just wasn't going up to speed. And he got some advice from the doctors to hang it up and retire. He was awesome at Florida State. And if there's anything we learned about Jordan Travis, look at this Florida State team this year without him. They were a dumpster fire, complete and utter dumpster fire. So dude's a darn good player. I feel for him. Maybe he gets a coaching job at FSU.
Well, hopefully something good is on the way for his life, but it ain't going to be football.
Yeah, it's sad.
Thank you, Chosen One. Hamilton Porter says, Harris, go to a batting cage.
Oh, I
go
have
in the
gone
70-mile-an-hour machine and tell me if you think you can throw that.
I have gone to a batting cage. I did not hit like any of them. Like I'm not a good baseball. I'm not a good hitter in baseball. I have a golf swing, so I would hit under every time. Every time I would miss low. So
Firefighter says, is Harris going to get biblical on us with the slope of enlightenment? Sounds like some 23rd Psalm stuff right there. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. I'm just going to say this right now. Keep your hands off my rod and or my staff.
So I'll say this. I can get biblical, but that is a psychologically proven state of mind. Like people reach the peak of Mount Stupid and then they get low to the valley of despair. And then they eventually through time reach the slope of enlightenment, but it takes a humble understanding to get there.
I just have one
I have
question.
Not yet
for the
gotten to
universe.
that humble understanding.
One question for the universe.
Yes.
How many in that you're not the universe, Harris. So my question for the universe is going to be, how many dollar bills am I going to get to stack up before Harris stops making dumb bets?
I don't know, man.
That's the question right there.
I don't know.
For
Do
the
you want me
universe.
to say it a third time? Underestimate
Regal
my power.
Beagle says, what is Harris listed as at height and weight?
5'8", 150.
Which means he's 5'6" and 150. Commando Duke says, what's your highest ELO, Triple H?
ELO.
It probably means velo.
Oh,
yeah.
velo. Oh, I don't know. I've legitimately never tried. That's why I'm curious.
Harris's dad just texted in and says, I need videos when Harris throws heaters from the mound and let me know when y'all do that so I can call 911.
Thanks, Dad.
Is Dad afraid that your arm's going to fall off? Is that what this is about?
No, I think it's going to be such a heating pitch. It may hit someone. And
I see.
Yeah, he's concerned about the safety. He's being a typical dad here. He's looking out for all possibilities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Kiss the Cook says, Triple H, you got arms like SpongeBob. You're throwing 70s. Man, that's generous. Moist One says, I found the Slope of Enlightenment last night. Cost me $200.
Wow.
Sir Drives a Lot says 63 miles an hour at that height and weight is probably likely, or at least the top. Number one Rattler fan says, hello is ELO is a chess ranking. If you don't know that, then you're a 0, Harris.
I'm a 0.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a chess ranking. I'll be honest.
I just call yourself a chess nerd.
Well, I didn't know that was a chess ranking, but I have played a good amount of chess.
Swave Dave says, who is that used to get high with ELO? Many people.
Yeah.
Hamilton Porter says you can take that dollar and put it on the Rockies to win the World Series and maybe turn that into $20,000.
Wow.
Oh, Jeffrey, this house search of yours. I mean, if you put this dollar on the Rockies to win the World Series, you're buying a mansion with those odds. Like what? Plus like 200,000 at this point.
Yeah, I'm not putting a dollar in the Rockies.
Yeah, I still wouldn't.
I don't want to throw away. Dumb money don't make money is what I always say.
Yeah.
Commando Duke says ELO, yes, in chess. Your chess rating, he has none, 0. So just let it go.
Yeah.
No, George, ELO does not stand for Electric Light Orchestra in this conversation.
See, I would
don't
have thought
bring me
it did.
down.
Yeah.
It's
Regal Beagle says a delicate 150 pounds, huh? Surprised you didn't die in a farm accident growing up. Like you are a prime candidate to have had arms removed by some sort of combine or something. But they don't grow stuff, so he was safe. I think that was it. Did you not hear earlier the part where he said he had a miniature horse? Like we got to keep Harris away from anything real.
Actually, so funny enough, Christmas Day, we got the miniature horse and my mom surprised us and brought it in the living room, inside the living room. And you know what it did?
Of course, it took a giant crap.
It took the fattest dump in the middle of the living room. It was bad. I mean, it took years to clean up.
You can
Merry
replace
Christmas.
carpet.
Yep.
I'm just saying.
And a happy new year. Yep.
Yeah.
That's how you know they live in a farm, because they didn't replace the carpet immediately.
I don't know how she got that horse inside. I'm still baffled. I mean, it makes me think Santa Claus might be real. Makes me think only he could have done that.
Toby says you won't even hit 70 kilometers per hour. Yeah, even the metric system is not his friend.
What is that, like 35 or something?
I have no idea.
You have to look it up.
System. I'm not European.
Hamilton Porter says, at that height and weight, Harris could probably try to go cow tipping, and then he'd have the cow fall over on top of him.
I've been cow tipping, and that's not
It's mean.
Yeah, I know.
Some poor
I will
unsuspecting
acknowledge,
cow.
dude, when you're in the middle of nowhere in Tennessee, man, like, yeah, you got nothing to do. So
we know
in high school,
we've sorted that one out.
I was an adolescent.
All right, listen, we got to take a break. We come back. Let's get caught up on where things are in the NBA playoffs. Only one matchup has been decided so far. We'll see what's up and what's new and what we think is going to happen. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Hey, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
Gain a global perspective and specialized skills that many of today's top employers are seeking with an MBA from University of Maryland Global Campus. Study online and complete your degree in just 16 months for about $21K. Choose from MBA specializations in global business, marketing, HR, finance, and more. Classes start May 14th. Apply now and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Shell.
Hi, guys. Jeffrey O'Brien here. Have you ever gone to HarmonSolar.com? Well, you really need to, because everything you ever wanted to know about how solar power can save you big on your monthly electric bill is right there. It's online. Through your phone or through your computer, you can learn about tax credits, the equipment they use, look at how they do things for businesses as well as homeowners, see testimonials from happy customers, and I hear they got a pretty good podcast too. Check it out. Go to HarmonSolar.com. That's HarmonSolar.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Worried about your battery and the heat? We get it. You don't want to get stranded somewhere with a car that feels like an oven. We've got you covered at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Our free battery testing and charging service can help. And if you need a battery, we'll help you find a new one. No problem. Power through with free battery testing and charging at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why. It's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. T&Cs apply.
Because of you, an unsheltered neighbor can have a warm meal, a shower, and clean clothes. Because of you, a struggling family will receive assistance to stay in their home. Because of you, a lost soul can regain hope. Because of you, the Salvation Army can give a hand up to those facing hardship in your local community. Donate now at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Above all, love. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
The most important event in sports could happen at any time. Like right now. Or right now. Or even now. Don't miss history. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or at 1580thefanatic.com.
Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. Homo Zoe says, does the blender have good insurance? Harris might be going to the DL.
I see.
This is not a work thing. So he's on his own if he hurts himself.
Injured league, the injured list. Yeah.
There will be a waiver. Don Hicks, dad of Harris, says, Harris is small in stature, but he is strong, wiry. Like me, he fights really dirty. Well, I appreciate that, being Irish, But here's the thing: is you can't fight dirty when you're throwing a ball. You either can or you can't.
Yeah.
This is a do or do not do. There is no try. Thank you, Yoda. Sharp Cat says, I wonder if Moist One thinks Harris's velo is okay. I'm not. Of course he does. Let's talk basketball.
Let's do it. Let's do it, man.
Because at some point we're going to have to talk about this 100 men versus a gorilla thing.
What? 100 men versus a gorilla thing.
Oh, you guys haven't heard that?
I have not heard that.
We'll talk about it later. Let's just get caught up on what's going on with the NBA. Tonight, let's see what time. I don't even know what time it happens, but the Warriors are playing the Rockets and the Wolves are playing the Lakers.
Okay.
So Lakers get swept. Gentlemen swept tonight.
Very well could happen.
Going to end for the Lakers.
Yeah, they're at home tonight.
Would you bet your life on it?
No, I wouldn't bet I wouldn't bet a lot on the Lakers getting swept, judging that they have the home court.
Well, they've already won a game, so there's no swept. I said gentleman sweep.
Gentleman swept. Sorry, you're right. I would say Lakers win tonight. Minnesota takes game 6.
All right, giving the Lakers more credit than they probably deserve. And right now, the Rockets are up 15-8 on the Warriors. First quarter just began. Last night, I guess it was a pretty big comeback, and we were kind of mentioning it here on the show where it took overtime, but the Pacers came back and beat the Bucks 119-118, and then Giannis wanted to put his head on everybody's head and grab everybody and just
that
weirdness.
It wasn't him. It was Halliburton's dad.
Well, first, before that happened, though, he reached and grabbed this guy by the back of the neck, a player. And the player was like pushed off, like, hey, what are you doing? And then everybody started scuffling. And then you end up having the thing where Halliburton's dad came up
And then Giannis, he's just the thing he does. He just like sticks his head to your head as he's like talking to you, like down like this. And it's just, like you're just being kind of weird there, Giannis. What's going on, man? He's frustrated.
Who doesn't love a good old headbutt sometimes?
Well, usually if you're on the receiving end of one of mine,
Yeah.
you're unconscious.
You guys haven't seen where you like some people like headbutt. Like Brian Bosworth used to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The Boz?
The Boz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wake up days later from my headbutts.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. I can see that. I believe it.
I mean, how about that?
You're Irish, Jeffrey.
What about if you can't hit the ball 70, you can't throw the ball 70 miles an hour, I get to headbutt you.
Oh, now that is right there is
no. Now we're
is
going
the way to go here.
Now we're going against the criteria here.
What?
Or what we've established. This is not going to be in the waiver.
What's wrong?
That's what I thought.
This is not in the waiver. Let me make myself clear.
So,
boy,
the Pistons won a game last night.
How about that?
Yeah.
Barely 106 to 103.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that series is awesome.
Yeah. Also awesome. Clippers and Nuggets.
The Nuggets are interesting, man. Like they're a really interesting team because this year they've really struggled with Jokic off the court. But if you watch the game, Nikola Jokic actually had one of his worst games he's played in years. He had 13 points, I think. He was 4 for 13 from the field. Jamal Murray was the one who scored, I think, 40 points. If the Nuggets get this Jamal Murray, the Jamal Murray that they got when they won the finals, might I tell you, this Denver team is dangerous.
God, that's a weird box score. Did you see that with the Nuggets and Clippers? Nuggets 35 in the first quarter. Then after that, 32 in the second, 32 in the third, 32 in the fourth.
That is odd.
That's
very
kinda weird.
peculiar.
A little bit strange.
Yeah.
Then the Celtics did beat the Magic, and they took that one. It's over now, isn't it? Yeah, that's over.
That's over,
gentlemen. Who didn't
sweep.
see that happening?
I thought it would
be a straight up sweep. Though.
I'm shocked the Magic even won a game.
Yeah,
that's a young core. So hey,
all the conspiracy theorists would be like, they did it on purpose so they could come home and have the game. Did they win the game at home? Did they win the series at home? The Nuggets.
The Celtics, you mean?
I'm sorry, the Celtics. The Celtics ended.
Yes,
in
they
Boston.
won it. They won it at home.
Did the Pacers end it in Indianapolis?
Yes, they ended it in Indy.
So it makes you kind of wonder, doesn't it? Like the NBA gets a little extra money, you get to win in front of all your friends.
I mean, look, the NBA
they do this on purpose.
I wouldn't put it past the NBA and rigging some certain stuff. I think the Ewing envelope is interesting. The Tim Donaghy stuff in 2002. I think when anyone brings up the NBA rigging a sporting event, I listen. I listen.
Just saying, they both should have been straight up sweeps, and then they weren't.
And
then
what about
the series ended on the winner's home court? Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know what, Triple H, you go ahead and preach about this NBA thing because I, for years, have said the NBA has got filth all over them. Why do they have this ping pong ball first draft pick in a secret room?
I agree.
I ask you why?
I don't think it's rigged as much as Randy does, but that would remove all question if they would bring it out where we could see it.
Thank you.
That does seem like boo-boo.
The NBA is filthy. Filthy, I tell you. They're dirty, rotten scat. They're so dirty, they need to take a shower.
Yeah, I can sense your passion, Randy, and I love it. I love it. I think the NBA, I think they have become less rigged since they've, developed such a terrible name for it and the whole Donaghy thing and the betting on games thing. But, it's fair to question. It's fair to question sometimes. I don't appreciate when people are like, oh, it's not rigged. There's no 0% chance. Like, there is always a chance. I mean, money
is as rigged as Randy might think. But that is pretty suspect when you're not showing people how you're reaching the results in a draft.
Yeah.
Even LeBron said it. He was on an interview with McAfee and he was like, Cleveland getting the first pick with me, Chicago with D Rose. And he looked at McAfee, he kind of smirked, and it's like, oh, dang. That's kind of interesting.
Moist one says Luka trade was so egregious.
They are so dirty. They look like they've been working on cars, oily cars all day. That's how dirty the NBA is.
Yeah, the Luka trade is it is for sure egregious. I agree with you. But
Delicious says Cavs got the first pick 3 of the 4 years the Queen was in Miami.
Thank you.
They did. And one of those years they had like an under 1% chance to get it. Mind I tell you. So
see that? See that? That's what I'm talking about right there.
They didn't draft any All-Stars, though. They drafted Anthony Bennett and Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins is pretty solid. Anthony Bennett.
Does music get any better than Tony Bennett? Please.
Tony Bennett's awesome.
I left my heart in San Francisco.
I like Tony Bennett, but no, music does get better.
I thought you were talking about like Virginia head coach Tony Bennett. But yes, the old musician Tony Bennett rocks. He's great.
I thought that's who we were talking about.
Maybe both.
Tony Bennett playing basketball and singing.
Yep.
Sir Drives a Lot just sent me a. Are you driving a Challenger, by the way? Is that? I'm sorry. He has a bouquet of flowers on the seat of his car, and yeah, that's a nice looking bouquet of flowers right there. As long as they like those lilies and stuff. But he says, "Time to make the ladies smile."
Hey, look, guys getting girls flowers, I think, has become a lost art. You can thank Gen Z for that. So it's always nice to get your girl flowers every once in a while.
Sometimes for no reason whatsoever.
Saying. Yeah, sometimes no reason. Yeah.
Just because.
I don't leave the house enough to be in a place to do that. I should do that more.
Jeffrey, I got her flowers and
my wife, you son of a bitch. What?
Oh no. I wasn't talking about that.
Flowers?
I wasn't talking about that. I got my girlfriend flowers and she left them. She left them before she left.
She left them behind. What do you want her to take them on the plane?
I was like, take them with you. Well, it was a drive. It was a drive back.
She didn't want to see him die in the car, I guess.
Just a drive back said, yeah, it would have just been that traumatic for her. One or the other.
She might not like them.
Yeah.
You see, that's the problem right there with you youngsters. You guys just don't know how to bleed the passion. When you have your woman around and then you want her to remember the passionate time that you had together.
Mm-hmm. Randy, not everybody likes a hickey.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny.
I was just going to say how it's an art. It's a lost art of
it's not an art. It's just a giant weird bruise thing
of making your wife or your girlfriend
or both
or your girlfriend and wife.
Some people have both.
Those passionate moments.
Some of these will be jokes, Harris.
Had together.
Some people do have both, though.
Randy, again, does your wife allow you to give her hickeys? I mean, like she doesn't allow that.
I don't know why you're saying hickeys.
What do you call them?
I have mastered the art of leaving that odor of love and passion with Miss Kim. Oh yeah.
Oh, I can sense it. Randy's mastered it.
Yeah, listen. Yeah. Miss Kim will live for days on end with the remembrance of that passion that we shared together. That special moment.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. I could listen to Randy.
Moist one says smells like Bisquick.
No, it doesn't smell like Bisquick.
You know what it smells like? Smells like love. That's what it smells like.
There it is.
Darn it.
There's only a few. Jeffrey's one. I am, of course, the other.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Firefighter says, I like sending flowers to random women too. 1 out of 100 times it works all the time. T-Licious says, Suns had the worst record and ended up with number 6. Total BS, but it was the John Morant and Zion draft. I think we dodged a bullet there.
I'm not a fan of the lottery. Never have been.
Yeah, it's a dumb. I don't like the way they do that.
I don't know if I'm a fan of this might invoke a can of worms here. I don't know if I'm a fan of the draft in general. I don't know why the worst team gets rewarded in professional sports. Not because
they need it the most.
Yeah, but it incentivizes losing. Well, and that's when you mess with the game.
They try to find ways to get ahead of that. For one thing, in NFL, there's only so many games. The players, you can't get them to throw a game. You can only coach a bad game in the NFL. You can't get players to stop playing with all their heart. In basketball, it's kind of the same thing. baseball, you play the wrong players in the wrong place and you're fine. But then that draft doesn't matter as much because it goes to the farm league and you don't see those players for a while anyway.
Still matters a good amount. But
so really, they're for the most part, nobody's tanking. Who's tanking? Very seldom do you see people tanking. Philadelphia did a good job.
Front office management. I remember the tank for Tua thing with Miami. That was bad.
Yeah,
they ended up
people were
being
saying
decent.
that, but that doesn't mean the the office. Doesn't
Not the
mean
players.
the coaches.
The players
Doesn't
and
mean the
coaches
players.
don't tank. It's the GMs, I would say, that would, we're going to set up the best roster so we get the best picks possible. Not the players or coaches. Those guys never do that, I think.
You just play the best you can, but it's very rare that anybody tries to pull that nonsense, and then it's very rare it even works. So there's not a lot of. I mean, hell, we looked at this draft, right? And by winning a game, everybody's like, "Oh my God, the Giants are stupid. Oh my God, they're stupid." But you know what it is? You can't.
You play to win the game.
Can't get the players
That's
to
what
not play their hearts out.
Herm used to tell me all the
Play
time.
to win the game.
Playing the game means winning the game.
Not what he said, Randy.
He would say it with
He never
such
said it like
vigor.
that.
Oh my
You
God!
play
I'll never
to win the
forget
game.
Play to win the game.
You
What's
play to win the game is what he said. Commando Duke says, "I'm a fan of relegation. Worst team gets kicked out of the league."
I don't hate it. I do not hate that.
Yeah, the owners would never vote for that because they don't ever
Right.
want theirs to be the team, right?
Yeah, I know. It's the owners, man. But I like what soccer does.
Hey, when we come back, there's hockey things and football things and other things that we need to talk about.
Well,
So
we like that. Yeah.
come on back and we'll see what happens. And then we might even talk about this 100 dudes versus a gorilla thing.
I still don't know.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Progressive knows RV owners like to travel at a nice, relaxing pace. Just like this commercial. They're not rushing to a departure gate at the airport because they depart from their driveway. And they can relax even more knowing they're protected by Progressive. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates.
April is more than just the end of tax season. It's also Financial Literacy Month, an excellent time to upgrade your financial knowledge. When you do, don't forget to look at healthcare. Some healthcare plans now make it easier to potentially save more money by shopping for healthcare. Dr. Ben Kowit with United Healthcare.
Modernized health plans, like Surest from United Healthcare, offer members the information they need to shop for care, just like they shop for other products online. Surest eliminates both deductibles and coinsurance. Instead, Surest members can see a single copay before making an appointment. Surest members pay less for choosing providers who have historically provided more effective, cost-efficient care. Surest gives members the chance to actually compare costs and care options side by side, helping people understand their options and make more informed choices. Talk to your employer about whether Surest is available to you.
For more, visit surest.com. That's SUREST.com.
Sponsored by United Healthcare.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher, back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. As most of you might know, I'm a big fan of loyalty and longevity. I love companies based right here in Arizona that have been around doing some great things for a long, long time. And oh boy, has the Lund Mortgage Team done just that. In the mortgage game, they're one of the best. In fact, I think they are the best. And I've been telling people about the Lund Mortgage Team for decades now, and I'll continue to do that as long as they continue to take care of all our listeners, and they do that every single day. So you could be next. Call today, 623-875-9940. Look, the Lund Mortgage Team, they're mortgage brokers. That gives them the unique opportunity to shop your rate around. They've also been in business so long, they realize fees are not the most important thing. They keep those nice and low. Call today, 623-875-9940, whether it's a HELOC, whether it's a new home loan, refinance, you name it, they've got you covered. LundMortgage.com or call 623-875-9940.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Mom, where are my keys?
Why do I have to take out the garbage? I'm too sick to go to school. Quit hogging the bathroom.
If you're having a hard time living with all the noise, it's even harder to live without it. One fake fentanyl pill could cost your child their life. Learn how to talk to your kids at talknowaz.com. This message is sponsored by Substance Awareness Coalition Leaders of Arizona.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K257CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 EU Mountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Harris Hicks in the control room, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. We broadcast live in the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. But that thing everybody's been talking about, the 100 humans versus one gorilla in a fight.
Okay.
I feel like a gorilla would just grab one guy and start swinging that one guy around and beat all the rest of the humans to death.
Yeah.
But 100 is a lot to overcome, you know. And I don't think there's any weapons. I think it's just fists and that's it. I feel like I feel like the gorilla still probably win that.
I think the gorilla would win. Yeah.
That gorilla being Jeffrey's mom, of course.
What?
Oh
no! You didn't. Oh my. Well.
Oh man,
poor Harris doesn't understand how things work.
No, no.
Oh man.
So
should I say it again? You underestimate my power.
Oh no.
We don't do mom stuff here. You know?
Yeah,
we don't do that.
If you don't want to get
that's
into
a good way to get punched right in the throat.
I'm going to be honest.
You don't want to get into a battle of wits with Jeffco.
It wasn't that good.
It's
you got to wait for your moment to where it's really good. Unprovoked is not your moment.
It's a Gen Z thing. If a Gen Z guy became the Catholic Pope, there would be a mandate for more your mom jokes in the Catholic Church.
So basically,
All right.
this is going to come back and haunt you. Just so you know that up front.
Okay, I see.
I mean, I'm not going to do mom jokes. I have too much respect. So. Again, against somebody that like your parents, I wouldn't do that. So
really,
right.
My mom is a sweet little old lady who lives in North Carolina.
She really is. Yeah, I've met her several times.
And
my mom is as well, minus the North Carolina part.
Harris, if you think things have been rough so far, how do you think they're going to go for you now?
It's on like Kong now.
Well, I mean. Honestly,
I haven't even tried.
I saw an opportunity and I seized it.
There's nothing worse than somebody who thinks they're super funny when they're not. That's just the sad part. Where he gives himself the look at me. Oh, it's like, oh my. Okay.
Yeah.
I was running a victory lap. I was like running a lap.
There was like the guy who drops the ball before he crosses the end zone.
I hit a home run and I was
something to be victorious about. I don't know.
When
did you have this victory?
I had a home run and I was running the bases, I was moonwalking, and then Jeffrey looks at me and he says, "Look out, it's gonna be worse."
In your head, everybody has a moment like this in their life. This will end up being yours. Sir Driveslat says, "Oh, so Harris, big swing there." Firefighter says, "Point of order." He says, "Don't you make mom jokes all the time? About Randy's dead mom?" No, we don't make any jokes about his mom. He just always is telling us how dead she is.
Yeah, my mom's she's dead.
Big George says, "Harris, I think maybe that stay-at-home dad with a wife might be calling soon." Donnie, who is nothing but a troll, goes, "Ooh, so." Who's the next third host tomorrow?
Oh,
when Donnie goes, "Ooh," it's bad.
Man.
Yep.
Number one Rattlers fan says, "Since we don't have a photo of Harris from your description of him, I'm imagining Barney Fife. How accurate is that?"
Well, it's on the website. You can look it up.
It is on the website.
It is oddly accurate, actually.
Barney
No,
Fife.
that's-
I've never heard of Barney Fife.
Look up, just look him up. Google Barney Fife, Fife, and you'll see.
I am looking him up. Barney Fife.
Yeah.
Fife. It's kind of accurate, yeah.
See?
It's kind of accurate. I'll give it to you.
I appreciate how you deliver the line, and then you didn't even wait
didn't
for a
even
response.
finish it.
You
Yeah.
just went, oh, as if someone was going to join.
This
you.
is
All that was mean towards my mom. That
This is
wasn't even
a,
like a good gotcha kind of thing. It's just kind of like,
right. I mean,
it wasn't even what we were talking about. You know,
It's solely it's a
it was
Gen
just
Z
a
thing.
desperate move.
It was
what
a
that was.
so appreciated that it didn't even delay. Just
Yeah.
oh,
He's already running the bases.
I am running the bases. I think I'm
And
running
it's like
the
the
bases
ball is
more.
sitting behind the plate. It didn't even go
it's
anywhere.
in the catcher's mitt.
I think what happened is I hit a ground out, like
No, it
ground
wasn't-
ball
it
right to
didn't
the
even-
shortstop.
No, it bobbled right off the back of your bat, and you started
And
running
then
the bases.
I'm like moonwalking to first base as the shortstop's about to throw it.
As the
first
shortstop, as the shortstop's walking across
He's
the
like
field.
walking across the
I'm going to guess a lot of people tell Harris, don't try to be funny. It's not your lane. Your lane is knowing stuff about sports.
Oh boy.
Oh, I thought I saw an opportunity. It was a little.
Yeah,
You saw one.
You
Yeah.
I did.
obviously don't know
I
how to
could see
read a
it.
pitch at all.
I don't. I'm
So-
not going to lie to you. I do not know how to read a pitch at all.
And clearly, you don't know how to hit one either.
I don't know how to hit one. I don't know how to pitch one. But darn it, I'll try. I will
Yeah,
try.
you probably shouldn't. I'm just, I'm being
I'll swing.
kind right now.
Oh,
Oh man, boy,
oh,
boy, howdy.
oh man.
This is almost as awkward as the Bill Belichick interview on CBS this morning.
Actually, I haven't even seen that. I've heard of it.
Oh
I've
no,
heard it
it's
was
not
okay.
like it's part of your job. Yeah, you're right. No, Bill Belichick had an interview, and I guess his girlfriend, Jordan, I guess.
Oh, I did see this. Yeah.
was sitting there and interrupting and being horrible. It's like
Mhm.
they sat there for a couple hours and they used like 8 minutes of the interview edited together by like upper brass at the network because it was such a mess. And I watched it and I was like, man, it didn't seem too bad. And then I found out that it was edited down by experts. It was so bad. But yeah, I guess she was constantly interrupting and just saying no, we're not talking about this or that or whatever. In fact, she stormed off and he left for like a half an hour, and then they came back
Wow.
and finished it. The whole thing was just a cluster. And so Bill Belichick had to come out and say, hey, listen, he's in a tough spot, isn't he? He's like, I like that a 24-year-old is crawling all over me, but the rest of this, then he's like, but then look at me and then look at her.
Yeah.
And he's like, I better spin this. So he comes out and he says, I agreed to speak with CBS Sunday morning to promote my book. And he said, prior to the interview, I clearly communicated with my publicist that any promotional interviews I participated in would agree to focus only on the book. So he was kind of like saying, yeah, they went off the script. They didn't, and that's why she was jumping in, because they were going off of what it was supposed to be. And he's like, I just want to keep talking about the book. And then they brought up the relationship. And he says the final 8-minute segment does not reflect the productive 35-minute conversation we had. And he's like, yeah, our conversation covered all sorts of good stuff. And so now CBS is kind of sitting there and they're like, well, I guess the only thing we can do, because now he's called us out, we're going to air the whole thing. They'd have to air the whole thing and show every interruption and every time Jordan was a problem in there. I don't think that's what they want. I mean, Belichick is in the mind of like, well, it aired, so they're not going to air the rest of it. And so I'm just going to say, I'm going to defend my girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is going to get worse for Belichick and his girlfriend before it even gets better. The best thing to do is just to stop talking, But if you haven't seen the awkward moment, it's not that bad. The awkward moment that they show where he talks about how Kraft and Belichick, he doesn't mention him in the book, and he's like, but he fired you. He says, no, it was a mutual agreement. He's like, yeah, but he fired you. He says fired. He says mutual agreement, and he was just like, whatever. And it was a little awkward, but it wasn't that bad because they edited it to be less bad than it was.
Yeah.
If you see this thing uncut, I have a feeling this is not going to go well for Belichick. Now, of course, the people at the college probably not thrilled.
Yeah.
UNC has got to be sitting there going, what is going on here? Ever since Belichick left the Patriots, this just gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah, I remember he gave his girlfriend this, I think the COO position is what he called it, like chief or CEO, I think, chief executive officer of Belichick Productions. And then you look online and you saw that the position actually did not exist. So he gave her like a non-existent position, and then that got viral
in a non-existent company.
In a non-existent company,
Yeah.
and so I saw someone on Twitter call it. I think I said this a couple weeks ago. When you give your toddler the remote and the TV's off, and he thinks he's doing something, but he's actually doing nothing.
Like you with that line earlier.
Right. Oh yeah, like me with that. I'll give it to you. Yeah. I'll be transparent.
Moist One says, if you see this thing uncut, oh, if I had a nickel. Firefighter says, you know what Bill Belichick's girlfriend is? She's one of them black widows. She's controlling Bill, alienating him from his family just to get his money. One day he's going to get mysteriously pass away, and then he'll have left everything to her. This girl is bad news.
Wow.
Could be.
Could be. I mean, those situations are, I think, more common than you'd think.
Hamilton Porter says, look at Mahomes and his spouses. Pro athletes need to just stay away from the spotlight. I think that
they can.
Pro athletes, you mean the spouses. The spouse,
yeah.
It's never good when somebody's mom or dad becomes the story, or somebody's girlfriend, or, brother sexually assaults somebody at a restaurant and gets away with it in Kansas City.
Yeah.
Right.
It's bad. Swave Dave says, so did anything come to fruition with the 100 guys in a gorilla? Well, I mean, nobody's going to actually ever do it.
Yeah.
And I think it was pretty well agreed the gorilla would win.
The gorilla would win.
Scary.
Well, can we use weapons? Can humans use weapons?
I think there was no weapons allowed.
Oh, okay. So then in that case, the gorilla's winning.
And nobody's stopping the gorilla from grabbing one of the guys and using them as a weapon to clear out 5-10 guys at a time with a swing here and a swing there.
Yeah.
I think I would probably be that guy if I was ever in that fight. I would probably be that weapon.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd jump in to fight.
If I was
Toby says Harris is a living example of why we need to put a stop to participation trophies. It's true. Slow Mo Zoe says, oh, Harris, you just angered a giant. Nice knowing you.
Yeah.
Sir Drives a Lot says Harris was the guy at the red light who spun his tires through the light, and the cop was just sitting there on the other side.
Yeah, just waiting to throw his lights on.
Big George says, Jeffrey, you're showing a lot of restraint right now. If this were any other former co-host, you'd have gone medieval on their asses. It was just kind of sad, and I can't even be mad. It was just
that's even worse for me.
Like your mom.
Oh, oh, that was funny, Randy. That was funny.
It's I don't know how to explain it.
Man.
It's like what? Here's what it is. It's like I saw a video of a goose that accidentally found its way into a tiger's pen.
Oh boy.
You just feel sorry for him. Donnie said, no, I'm not. You're the second person to try to run that angle, and I'm not doing it. Yeah, I'm not doing that. We're not doing Bonnie Blue jokes, ladies and gentlemen. We're just not. Number one Rattlers fan says, you remember Clyde the orangutan from Clint Eastwood movie? Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Left turn, Clyde.
Yeah.
Right out the window.
Yep.
Man, and now monkeys are strong, way stronger than humans. Imagine a gorilla. Base Slappa says, now it's just the missionary position.
Wow.
What?
Huh?
Okay.
I don't know what he's talking about. No idea.
Alrighty then. 888-368-1580. So if you haven't seen the Belichick thing, you should watch that. And I mean, he seems like he's okay in the head. He doesn't seem like he's all like messed up, but boy, he's trusting this gal and letting her run a lot. She ends up being copied in all these emails from UNC. She's sitting there kind of handling him in an interview, and he's just letting this all happen. But I think he just doesn't care. He's like, man, okay. Like when he's talking himself, you don't feel like somebody's manipulating him. But
yeah,
boy, it's not really great for whatever it is
just-
he's trying to achieve
It's
here.
just all a really weird situation. Like
I think he's trying to think it's all manufactured to sell books.
Could be. The generational gap is massive. I mean, along that with just the fact that she is copied in all of the emails and handling a lot of stuff, it seems, speaking with him in interviews. Like rarely do you see 60 Minutes, like someone's girlfriend go or wife or whatever, go with them on the interview. Like that in itself is rare. And that happened.
Well, we don't know that. You don't know that actually, because you only see the interview where the interviewer's sitting there and then person sitting there. You don't see what's off camera. So can't say that for sure.
Yeah,
There's
you
people
can't.
haven't
That's
done this
true.
before.
That's still extremely weird to me. Like it's it's not normal. Is what I'm saying.
I'm just
For
trying
him.
to figure. I'm just trying to figure out why Bill Belichick wants this kind of drama in his life. Clearly, he's got drama.
She's 24, Randy. He's 71.
I mean, okay.
Whatever it is they do,
well,
he finds
I mean,
it worth it.
Can't be doing that much with all this drama. I mean, good night.
Yeah. Pharmaceuticals help. He's doing, yes, he's smiling at night, Space Slapper. You're correct.
Maybe it's the Skibbity Toilet Riz references of Gen Z. Maybe that's
No
what
idea
draw
what that
them
even
in,
means.
No one really does.
Sir Drives a Lot says gorilla all day, every day. 100 men be obliterated. Some die quickly.
Facts.
Some die tired because they ran after the first wave got wiped out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Donnie says, what if you get a couple of UFC guys, prime Mike Tyson and then others and like that versus gorilla? It's not even the point, Donnie. It's not even the point. The point is just 100 guys. 100
Yeah.
guys versus the gorilla. And that's it.
100 average Joes.
Megatron says she's 100% running his social media for recruiting. She's a glorified PA. Well, whatever the case, when you start to see stuff like this, the cracks are starting to form. And Bill Belichick is not dumb. He's going to kind of look around and he's like, He's like, I'm very rich and this is not worth it. There's a point where it's just not worth it.
I wonder
And
what-
in his
yeah.
head, I guarantee you, he's like, well, I got her. I can get another one.
I wonder what in him he's trying to prove by going to UNC. Like that, all of it, even him going
Middle
to North
finger
Carolina,
to the NFL.
I guess all of it just seems so odd. Like I never thought in a million years Bill Belichick would be the head coach of the University of North Carolina, a college football program. But here we are. It's just all very odd to me.
Oh, hey, we never thought we'd see this where Brett Favre is in trouble for defrauding Mississippi's welfare.
Oh my gosh, that story is so freaking sad. As for one that used to love Brett Favre too. Like Brett Favre was one of the most fun football players I've ever watched. It's just a really sad story.
Hey, Randy, remember when our old co-host, the horse killer, insisted we have Jen Sturgis on the show for
Yes.
no apparent reason?
Yeah, well, yes.
Horse killer?
I can't even remember. Well, yeah, as we called Eric Cohen, because he would make there's a string of times he made bets on horses and they died. They had to be destroyed on the track.
Oh, that's so funny. And you called him the horse killer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was just like, he just thought maybe he had a shot, I guess, because he wanted to have her on. So I was like, if you get her, fine, we'll have her on.
Yeah.
And we had her on. I can't remember what she wanted, why she was there. But I feel like she might have looked at him a little bit like she would have looked at Brett Favre like creep. But she's in this Netflix documentary about this called Untold: The Fall of Favre. And it's all about, him sending the pictures of his wee Willie Winky and the whole welfare scandal and all that stuff. So
yeah.
I think
comes out, I think this weekend.
Yeah, that stuff is more common than you think, by the way. Like it's not just like Brett Favre. That's very common. And so
I just don't want
kind
to
of the
see the
scapegoat.
pictures. I'll watch the
yeah,
documentary.
yeah,
Just please don't
not.
show me the pictures.
It should be bleeped out. I'm highly assuming it'll be bleeped. It'll be like pixelated out. But Yeah, it's really sad, especially to those out in Mississippi as well that loved Brett Favre. So yeah.
T-Licious says, wait, maybe 100 Tarzans. I'm just going to stop you there. We're not going to do this. We're not doing this.
Fourth dimension trying to figure out how this works.
Yeah. Firefighter says that Jordan girl has the crazy eyes. You got to stay away from her. No, you're right. She does have that. Lost Toby is watching the Warriors game, and he says, man, that Warriors game is ugly. Calls are insanely one-sided, and the Warriors haven't scored a point in over 6 minutes of play.
It's 54 to 24, Houston. 54 to 24.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's,
It is, that series is chippy, man.
Yeah.
Like the Dylan Brooks, Steph Curry stuff. The playoffs, NBA playoffs as a whole have been really chippy.
People are cranky.
A lot of stuff. I mean, I love it.
Yeah, I'm all for cranky.
Yeah, it makes for great rivalries.
Capitals are up 2-0 over the Canadians right now, and if they win this game, that'll be the end of that for the Canadians.
I think for the game of hockey, it would be awesome to see the Caps in the Cup with Ovechkin, and they're legit this year, so it could happen.
Mets 1-0 over the Diamondbacks.
Yep.
I don't know when it happened or how it happened, but hey, at least it's only one. So it's what I'm going to be happy about right now as we go to break. When we come back, there is a leak that made me laugh, and some other things maybe not quite as damn funny. Well, you'll see what I mean. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40, and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-694-1010. That's 1-800-694-1010. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. 1-800-694-1010. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin. And over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Are you an oblivious person hogging the sidewalk like a large dying snail? Do people stuck behind you ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should go to Mattress Firm. They have tons of quality beds at every price. So anyone, even people like you, can sleep. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
It's the bone-crushing hits. The searing sounds of training camp. Come on, knock your ass back! All gas, no brakes. Let's go! Soon, the new recruits will show up for minicamp. And then, it's down to business in training camp. When it comes to the NFL, we talk about it. We're 1580 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com. Your home for the NFL.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. So, dumb gorillas versus men thing is getting sillier and sillier. Now somebody did a computer simulation where
the gorilla just simply wipes out the guys.
no, it's even worse. It's somebody did a simulation of 10,000 gorillas versus 1 million men.
Wow.
And the men just get absolutely destroyed.
Do they not have any thing else to do?
That's what I'm trying to figure out about our society right now, that this is even coming up as a thing.
Yeah.
That this is a conversation that people are having. I keep seeing it on the internet. That's the only reason I brought it up. But I figured if it's being talked about, then, we should have some idea. But no, I think it's we're all in total agreement. The gorilla would just take out 100 guys easy.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
I mean, I'm not saying he might not get thumped here and there.
Oh, he might. But the first guy to hit the gorilla, you're going to piss him right off. And it's all bets are off from there.
Oh, yeah. The gorilla just goes berserk right
Oh,
there.
yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Chosen One says, hey, what's your pick tonight? Lakers or my T-Wolves? I think they'll close it out. Burns gave up a home run for the one run. Okay, let's try to focus one thing at a time. First off, back to Lakers and T-Wolves. My thought would be Timberwolves should take care of business tonight. But
I agree. Yeah.
Is there any injuries? Is there any hope that the you got LeBron, you got Luka. I mean, you should have a good shot at winning this game.
Well, I mean, I think they have a shot if they can go back to the way they played
so far.
When they go back to play with Austin, it was Austin Reeves. If they can get that cat involved in the game, and LeBron doesn't, and I'm going to say this the wrong way, and I don't mean it like this. I'm trying to say, I think they're trying to rely too much on LeBron and Luka to win this series. I think they need to go back to playing a team game. And I'm not that big of a basketball fan, but Triple H, don't you think that's the key to the Lakers' victory?
Yeah, I mean, the issue with the Lakers is that when they lost to Minnesota by 3, they got 6 total points from their bench. 6 total points. Minnesota had 25. So that right there is a 19-point difference. That's massive. The Lakers need more help from their bench. That's the reality of it. And they haven't gotten it. So the Lakers, the X factor is not LeBron. It's not Luka, but because for the most part, we know what we're going to get from them. It's the role players.
Then it should be over. This should be over.
I think they can take one tonight.
I think they can probably take one, but I think Minnesota is going to enforce their will on them tonight.
I think they already took their one.
And I think it's going to be over tonight.
Although, get this, the Lakers are favored by 5.5 points.
I believe it. Yeah.
Man, I would take the Minnesota Timberwolves in the money line 200. I would
think
do that.
The Lakers are sort of an intriguing bet to come back 3-1.
You're not going to make much off of. I see what you're saying.
Come back 3-1. I'm not saying to win the game. I'm saying to come back 3-1. Not to say
they are
that
3-1 right now. It is 3-1 now.
To win the series, to come back down from down 3-1.
That you would make a bet that the Lakers win the series.
Do I think they're going to win the series outright? No. But this is LeBron James in the playoffs, and the Lakers have more star power, and star power typically wins in the playoffs. They're down 3-1. They have the home court advantage. So with that being said, all that they need is a little help from the role players. Am I going to pick them outright? No. I just like their value, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I'd place a bet on that. I'll look at the exact values here coming up.
I would just place a bet on the Timberwolves at plus 200. I feel like that's pretty safe bet. It's not an absolute. I mean, who knows? Yeah, you're right, though. When you've got LeBron and you got Luka, that's what I started this whole conversation out by saying is, you can't count them out with that. But so far, whatever has been happening, the Timberwolves have had the Lakers number. I mean, and it's funny. There's there seems to be a theme here with their point total. I'm looking at 117 when they won, and then another game they won by 116. Another game they scored 116. The only game they didn't was the one where it was really, kind of close, where the Lakers beat them by 9.
Yep.
Off night, so it's a little bit different. But in their consistency, they are scoring 116 points, and the Lakers are not.
Yep. And Minnesota has had an answer other than Anthony Edwards every time. Whether that was Naz Reid, whether that was Jaden McDaniels, they've had someone step up. The Lakers, on the other hand, have not had that. And that has been the difference.
Sir Drives a Lot says Lakers have a shot if they substitute a player or two in the second half. Yeah, they kind of panic and clamp down, right? Lost Toby says LeBron's been down 3-1 6 times. Only time he came back was against Golden State when the league saved him and suspended Draymond Green. I remember that.
I do not think Draymond should have been suspended for that series, for the record. The fact that he kicked Steven Adams right in the nuts and didn't get suspended a single game, and then just gently taps LeBron and gets suspended. I think that's bogus. That being said, this is LeBron James in the playoffs. The Lakers have more star power and the home court advantage. That alone, and the plus money you're going to get it at, that alone makes me, it's worth a sprinkle.
Silver Pop says, Jeffrey, this is how the Planets of the Apes started. We're doomed. Well, only if we actually attempt it. This is all so far a simulation. Nobody's going to actually do it.
This is it, huh?
Oh, man.
Harvey Putswaddler says, my guess is when they look down that radar gun after Triple H's first pitch, it won't even show a number. It'll just be laughing face emoji.
Oh, boy.
Number one Rattlers fan says, a shock jock once thought MMA style against 3 lesbian women who were tired of him. He gave all the proceeds to charity after they whooped them up.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to see that.
By the way, just to put out the exact number, the Lakers are plus 400 to win the series. I like that value.
Go get it.
Yep.
Go waste your money.
I will put a sprinkle, not a lot of money, but a sprinkle on it.
Swuzman says, Jeffrey, remember they said the Lakers were small after getting rid of AD. Minnesota just seems bigger and tougher.
This is true. They are bigger and tougher. I mean, Rudy's like 7'1". Naz Reid's a 6'11" guy who can defend and shoot threes. They've proven to be bigger and tougher, but the Lakers need to chill with the turnovers. That's what's hurt them the most.
But the Stars are still in LA.
Yeah.
Ringless Joe says Pistons will still beat the Knicks. What?
Pistons will still beat the Knicks. Are you talking about the series or the game? Because I think the series.
I was under the wait. What? Hold on.
Yeah, I was talking to the
Hold
the texter.
No, I know you are. I'm just trying to get. It's over. Wait, hold on. Oh, there it is. Yeah, 3-2. Sorry, I just want to make sure that he wasn't just trying to be a wise ass.
Yeah, I didn't know if he was talking about the next game.
Pistons are not going to come back and win 2 games. Sorry, Pistons aren't going to do that.
Especially since the Knicks have home court.
It's okay.
Really
You can still believe, though. You can still believe.
So inspirational, Randy.
I know. Wait till football season. You'll hear my inspiration come out for the Arizona Cardinals. Yes. I'm a believer, man.
Mm-hmm. He is that. And people record his epic picks weekly. And they'll listen to them before they go into like a work meeting and they get a raise. They will listen to them before they ask a girl out, and all of a sudden they're naked. I'm just saying, Randy's epic rants about the Arizona Cardinals, they have changed the way the world thinks.
Changed lives, they have.
I mean, everything but really believing the Cardinals will win. But
sometimes they've helped the Cardinals, but other than
I can almost feel myself changing this thing in my soul as Randy's
just be ready.
Talking about.
Just be ready, Triple H.
Did Harris just say he's transitioning?
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
I mean, it is 2025.
Chosen One says, speaking of gorillas, recently science was able to enlarge the size of their brain by 30%. That's how the Planet of the Apes starts. Yeah,
whoa,
I saw
that's
that.
crazy. Are you serious?
We got to stop messing with stuff like that.
Oh my gosh, we got to stop, dude. Those things could. That and the combination of AI. What if gorillas learn how to use AI? Then it's over. It's officially over.
They won't learn. They'll get something implanted in them by some numbnut scientist, and that's how we're all doomed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the way it's going to happen.
It could be a combination of both things.
Sir Drives a Lot says, go Pistons. Knicks are a potential Kevin Durant destination. Go Pistons, he says.
Do they have the cap? I mean, they're probably willing to go in the next tax bracket, but I don't know. I
want to laugh at somebody right now.
Go ahead and laugh.
Well, Randy, let me tell you who first. No. It'll be a natural laugh. That's that's Randy's fake laugh. He's not allowed to fake laugh on the show. But here's a real laugh coming very soon. When I tell you this, you know how Arizona Coyotes left?
Yes.
And they went to Mormonville.
Thought you were going to make me laugh.
No. You'll see.
Okay.
Well, these morons have been doing like a vote for team names and stuff like that, and they're all horrible. They originally 3 names that got voted on: the Utah Mammoth, Utah Hockey Club, and Utah Wasatch.
Hockey Club sucks.
And then they said, okay, that sucks. So how about Utah Outlaws? And they had they were doing like a vote thing there.
Is it because the Mormons got kicked out of Philadelphia and had to go to Utah? Is that why they're the Outlaws?
I don't know, because there's not much outlawish about them. And
well, they've been bad.
All of these are bad ideas, but then so they were trying to keep it a secret. And then all of a sudden, somebody noticed it, the channel's handle, on the YouTube was suddenly at Utah Mammoth.
What?
Some numbnut went in there and changed it before they had revealed the name to the press. They went back and changed it.
Oh
oops.
my gosh, that's what you're saying. That's crazy.
Told you.
No,
somebody's getting fired.
Poor social media.
A real laugh was coming, and there you go, idiots.
Shoot.
But the Utah Mammoth is what they're going to go with.
Dang.
The Mammoth.
Oh man.
Here's the thing.
Oh man.
You can't call a hockey team a singular thing. This is why I don't like the Sun of the WNBA. Just the Sun. Well, no, it's a bunch of people. You can't say a bunch of people are the Sun, and you can't say a hockey team is the Mammoth.
Is it ever really sunny in Connecticut?
Mammoth what?
Yeah, what is the Mammoth? Are you the Mammoths?
The woolly mammoth,
see,
the
the
prehistoric
mammoths
elephants
would make more sense than just the Mammoth.
I think there's so many cool, you could have had a cooler mascot name than this. Just saying.
Sorry, Mormons, you're bad at naming things.
Wow, that's terrible.
You would have been better off with Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah.
By the way, what's a Wasatch? Is that like just Sasquatch?
I was thinking that.
It's WASATCH. So let me look it up and tell me who that is.
Wasatch.
Just a horrible collection of names.
Yeah.
Ringles Joe thinks Mammoth is a great name for an NHL team, and a mammoth can be a singular because it's so big. No, so it's the Sun.
This is actually pretty cool. It refers to a mountain range in Utah, part of the broader
You can't
Rocky Mountain
name
system.
a team a mountain range.
But if it's known, if it's a Utah thing,
no, it's dumb.
It's 160
We're a
miles from
mountain
the
range.
Utah-Idaho border. I think that's
What
cool.
is your
'Cause at least you're-
mascot if you're a mountain range?
A mountain.
Gamecock, you're right. The Rockies. I think that's dumb too.
I think
I
that's
think the Colorado Rockies are dumb too.
I think that's good because it at least stays on theme with your place, with the town. It connects to the town. So I like that. The Mammoth.
You're what's
I don't
wrong
see where
with
that
this
comes
world.
from.
You just can't call a team a mountain range.
The mountain.
And you can't say
the Utah Mountain.
a singular mammoth.
The Utah Mountain.
The
what?
Utah Mammoth.
If I'm emperor, every name has got to be approved by me.
Utah Mammoth. Yeah, it's just a weird name.
Got to save everybody from their old dumb selves, I guess.
Yeah.
Sir Drives a Lot says, call them the Utah Coyote Jets. Perfect. Swazman says, Jeffrey, New York should consider Brunson getting hurt earlier in the game so that the Knicks have more time to come back when he comes back on the court.
I see.
Okay.
T-Licious says, if the Pistons don't choke game 1, they call that foul. Pistons would have won it in 5. They absolutely have a chance. And the Utah hockey scene, he says, F them. I agree with you.
Hockey Club.
Yeah,
Hockey Club is for sure the worst name. What about the Utah Joseph Smiths? That could be something.
What?
That could be something. No. Nope.
The Joseph Smiths.
Joseph Smiths. I think the Mammoth doesn't make sense. We got to get out of the box here.
I've got a weird thing happening here on the text line.
Okay, let's hear it.
Well, thank you, Harris. I appreciate that.
Of course, Jeffrey. That's what I'm here for.
I got permission from Harris on my own show to go ahead and talk. Wow, thank you.
I'm listening. I'm
I'm
always here for
toggling
encouragement.
back and forth between Lost Toby and Moist One.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lost Toby at 5:38, the Rockies. Moist One, 5:37, the Rockies. Lost Toby at 5:38. Their mascot is a dinosaur. Moist One at 5:37. Their mascot is a dinosaur.
Uh-oh.
Exactly the same.
Oh,
Their mascot is a dinosaur.
Uh-oh.
The spelling, the punctuation, everything is exactly the same.
Have we discovered,
Have we
that the
discovered?
Moist One
Is Moist One Lost Toby?
Oh my gosh.
And is Lost Toby moist one?
This would be groundbreaking for the fourth dimension.
Not really.
But it's not the first time we've caught somebody doing this sort of thing.
This is true. You have said that.
But Moist One has been doing this for quite some time now.
You never know what Moist One's really up
Moist
to.
One says, we must be sharing a cycle. It's not how it works, Moist One.
Uh-oh, Moist One's panicking.
I am
He's
suspicious,
been caught.
but I'm not convinced.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this could happen. Sometimes two comedians come up with the same joke. Doesn't mean one of them stole it. Just means that they're thinking the same way.
It happens to be in Jeffrey all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, shut up, Harry.
No. No.
You've yet to say an actually truly funny thing. And that's not why you're here. So, stop trying so damn hard.
Ouch.
Come on, Jeffrey. He said that your mom joke. And then he went, oh!
Yeah, come on.
If only it had been
That was
funny.
pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
It wasn't.
I thought
It just, and it's not even because it was my mom. It wasn't. Trust me. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of suspicious. Moist One and Lost Toby. Lost Toby texts, did our cycles sync? See? It's the same thing. He said the same thing.
See?
Moist One says, I've been doing this for a while. I've texted under another alias only once, and that was Girth Brooks.
Girth Brooks.
Well, I'm suspicious. That's all I'm going to say. I'm suspicious. Gamecock says, good thing my other burner wasn't Moist Gamecock. I would have given it away.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Scratch Me Because says, the Utah Moist Mammoths would be great.
The Moist Mammoths. That's funny.
Ringless Joe says, New York teams suck anyway. Okay. Listen, Ringless Joe, enjoy the game. That's all I'm going to say. Enjoy the game. We have to take a break. When we come back, we've got on this date in Big George's sports history. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZQuil.
ZQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZQuil nights. Explore our products at ZQuil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Worried about your battery and the heat? We get it. You don't want to get stranded somewhere with a car that feels like an oven. We've got you covered at AutoZone, America's #1 battery destination. Our free battery testing and charging service can help. And if you need a battery, we'll help you find a new one. No problem. Power through with free battery testing and charging at AutoZone. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Volunteering creates positive change. You can help people in your community facing adversity, offering them hope and a path to a better future. You will transform lives, find fulfillment, and discover a sense of purpose. Join the Army behind the Salvation Army, dedicated to meeting human needs without discrimination. Discover how at salvationarmysouthwest.org. Volunteers don't necessarily have the time. They simply have the heart. Sponsored by the Salvation Army Southwest Division.
Hungry for something exciting? Then come experience what's new at Kasai Japanese Steakhouse with 2 Valley locations. No one does Asian-inspired cuisine better or more authentic than Kasai, where talented Teppanyaki chefs create the food, the fire, and the fun of teppanyaki. Kasai Japanese Steakhouse, it isn't just dinner, it's dinnertainment. A memorable dining experience where a delicious 7-course meal is prepared right at your table with flair. It's the perfect choice for celebrations, date nights, or a night on the town. Choose from over 30 different items and combinations of teppanyaki, Asian fusion, and innovative sushi. Happy hour is always on fire with their daily specials. Try their new $12 bar menu items, Wagyu beef and Mongolian pork sliders, chicken or beef satay, and 3 delicious flavors of chicken courage. 2025 is on fire at Kasai with 2 locations, Scottsdale Road and Thunderbird, and now open in Peoria at the 101 in Northern. Go to KasaiTeppen.com. That's KASAI Teppen.com or search Kasai on your mobile phone.
Download the Fanatic app. News, scores, social media updates, and more on your smartphone, on your tablet. The free Fanatic app, available at the Google Play Store or the App Store, and at 1580thefanatic.com.
Today's Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic. And boy, Lost Toby makes a good point. For a minute there, I got the idea that maybe Lost Toby and Moist One were the same person. And Lost Toby says, haven't you met both of us? He's right, I have.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So it's just a bizarre coincidence that they were typing all the same thing 2 texts in a row.
Yeah, they're just so in sync. It's like they can't even like help it. You know, it just
Lost
happens.
Toby, you should be more worried than Moist One. You know what I'm saying? Lost Toby is a lawyer for the ACLU.
Oh, wow.
Moist One, he has a sex dungeon.
He's not a lawyer for the ACLU.
You know what I'm saying?
Understatement.
The only person that I could think of who probably has bought more lube than Diddy, Moist One.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
Lost Toby, you need Jesus.
Yep.
888-368-1580.
We all do.
Sir Drives a Lot says, yeah, Harris is really good at crediting himself. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you a lesson in comedy, Harris.
Really good.
Okay.
Thank you for giving me that.
Anytime you think you have a good line, just say the line and stop. Do you ever see me laughing at my own jokes? You deliver it concisely.
At least.
You deliver it concisely and then let it do its own work.
But what if I think my joke was funny? I thought it was super funny.
I think I say lots of things that are super funny. I wait till everyone else confirms it by laughing themselves. You never hear me go, I think this. It's just ruined the timing if that was going to be funny, for sure.
Then I guess you're robbing yourself of the joy of the moment. Because then
you have no idea. Please just don't do comedy. Just don't even try. You clearly, if you're going to argue with me about this, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, I never said I was a professional stand-up comedian. I mean, I don't get paid for it. I'm in it for the love of the game.
That I was doing stand-up, and when I was moving on to a different kind of material, there was this other comic. I gave him a joke. I said, here, you can use this joke. And the joke was originally, now this is my early years. I was like 18. And I made a joke about, about the new glow-in-the-dark condoms. And so you put it on, and it's like a flashlight. Okay, a pen light. And that was the self-deprecating humor joke. And I decided, I don't want that anymore. I gave it to this other guy. And here's how he, like you, didn't know how to deliver. And he goes, so I got one of them glow-in-the-dark condoms. And you put it on, it's like a flashlight. I mean, a pen light. 0 laughs.
Wow.
Every time I did that joke, it killed. When he did it, it was like, so it's all about timing and delivery, Harris. Don't laugh at your own joke before it's said.
Well, I'm an unpaid, comedian. I don't have a salary.
You're about to be unpaid. That's for sure. You say something about my mama again.
I do it for the love of the game.
Don't see how you are an unpaid comedian. I'm trying to figure this out. Help me out here.
Yes.
How do you come up with this unpaid comedian thing?
Well, I haven't gotten paid for any of my jokes.
There's a reason for that.
At this moment, you're paid to be here.
Thank you for providing me the wisdom,
Randy.
So
there's just a little comedy lesson for you.
I appreciate it, though,
Don't
Jeffrey.
laugh at your own jokes
lesson.
while you're telling them. Look, if you see any comedian doing that, you won't, because they have already failed.
Yep.
I see. Well, I mean, I'm a youngling, and so I am learning the ropes.
You're not here to be funny.
I am learning,
which
the
is
ropes.
a good thing, because you're not
learning the ropes.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Lost Toby says, I'm definitely questioning my life right now. And Moist One says, great behinds stink alike.
Wow.
Kiss the Cook says, "Go Golden State." Well, what's happening there? What's happening with the?
Not
They
sure.
were getting crushed. They
Are
were
they
getting
coming
crushed.
back?
I
Let's
am
see here.
pulling up the score at the
They
moment.
are not 76-49 at halftime. So they are down by 25 points.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah, honestly, with them, look, the way Jimmy Butler looked previously, honestly, I'm not concerned. They may take this game and lose this game. I'm not concerned they'll lose this.
Jimmy's kind of dinged up, though, man.
Jimmy played amazing previously. He didn't look dinged up at all. I think he had like 27 points on like really good shooting. So playoff Jimmy's a different animal, man. Golden State getting that. They're a dark horse to win this whole thing.
Well, we had to come from behind yesterday, so let's see what the Warriors can do with the next two quarters of basketball.
Crazy lead, but we'll see. We'll see.
Things gotten real quiet for Diamondbacks and Mets. It's still sitting there at 1-0, Randy.
Yes, it is. Corbin has thrown a great game. They've just, I believe they pulled him in the end. Oh no, he's still out there. He's still out there throwing. Still, he's throwing a gem. So good for him. Maybe he's figured something out.
We'll never figure out the thought process of Torey Lovello on why he leaves guys in and why he leaves some guys. He takes some guys out.
I think a lot of that to do with sabermetrics and matchups and that sort of thing. So
it just doesn't seem to be a consistency on that. Not that I've seen.
I think when the Mets start pinch hitting guys and it's not a good matchup in their estimation, they'll go get Corbin and they'll bring in the bullpen. That's what the Mets want to do, is try to get to the Diamondbacks bullpen. So we'll see. Corbin's he's dealing right now, though. He's given up one home. I think it was a home run, and he's having a quality game right now. I think he's only got 88 pitches.
Yeah, there you go.
Lost Toby says about the Warriors. Well, they were down 35. Okay. All right.
Well, there's that.
There's 2 quarters to see what they can do.
Yeah.
Sir Drives a Lot says Torey's decision making is maddening sometimes.
Yeah, it can be. And when you there's been a handful of times, and I'll say it when I see it, when I see him go out and take a pitcher out who's just been absolutely dealing and starts playing the numbers game late in a ball game. I just don't understand that. I will never understand Torey Lovello doing that, or any other manager for that. It's just like a batter standing up there watching a called third strike. It makes no sense to me. You're being paid millions of dollars. Swing the bat. You know what I mean? Don't go up there and watch a called third strike. Try to get a hit. Put the ball in play and let's see what happens. But when Torey pulls a guy out of Eduardo Rodriguez that one time that I called Torey out on it. He was just dealing, and he went out there and got him, and they ended up losing the game because he went to the bullpen too early.
Well, this is concerning here. The Angels, Mike Trout left the game with some knee soreness. On that loss.
Yeah, he's had a lot of injury problems in these past few years. So that is, unfortunate.
Is it about time?
No.
Is it about time for
him?
No,
it is not
so
even
young.
close to about time.
Yeah.
He is, and he's been
in the league over 10
too.
years.
I mean, he's still really good as well.
I mean, he needs to take some time off and get himself on a new team.
Yeah, he did sign that contract. I mean, I was hoping he would. It'd be great for baseball.
He's a guy that I believe doesn't want to be on another team. He's happy where he's at, playing for the team that he's playing for.
Drafted him, man.
And he's just not a he doesn't like the limelight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have the Angels wasted his talent? Maybe, but
absolutely,
he's allowed them to continue to do that. The Angels had Ohtani, and they couldn't put together a championship ball club around those two players.
I know, that is just so sad and pathetic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's ridiculous. And so Mike Trout is happy to be there in Anaheim. He still resides with his family in New Jersey, back east. When in the off season, he enjoys going on East Coast road trips. He gets to go home sometimes. He's a quiet dude. He doesn't like I said, he doesn't seek the limelight. He's just a guy that's loves playing baseball, and that's it. And he gets paid very well to do so.
Maybe he just doesn't like jewelry. You know what I mean? Doesn't want to have to wear any rings or anything.
All ball players, I think, want to win a championship. All ball players won the ultimate prize, but I don't know. I think he's just one of those. He doesn't do the commercials. He doesn't rub elbows with all the high end people. He doesn't want a shoe named after him. It's just he just wants to go. He's just a down to earth dude. He wants to play ball.
Well, hopefully he'll bounce back and come back. It's always fun watching him.
Yeah,
right now. Yeah. Time now, ladies and gentlemen, for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1887, in front of nearly 10,000 fans at Pittsburgh's Recreation Park, the Alleghenies played their first game in the National League, defeating the defending league champion Chicago White Stockings 6-2. Former American Association team would become known as the Pittsburgh Pirates in 1891. And the White Sox would continue to suck long after. Back to you, Jeffrey.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of edited that myself, but
it's a Jeffrey version.
Yeah. 10,000 fans in 1887.
Wow, that's a big crowd, man.
Huge crowd.
Yeah, if you compare that, that's to get 10,000 fans back then, was not probably the easiest thing. But these days, you better have at least 10,000 people.
Some teams don't, man. They're like the Marlins. You go to a Marlins game and you're like, this ain't 10,000. So 10,000 in the 1800s is crazy.
Turd Ferguson says, random question, but where's your favorite section to sit in Chase Field? I think I found my new spot. He says he likes the section by the pool, first couple of rows. Lots of ball action there.
I like the bleachers on left field. That's for sure my favorite.
Yeah, I'd like to be right off of third base or right off of first base.
Sure. That's
down
too. That makes sense.
At the upper of the upper part of the bottom level. You
makes
know what
sense.
I'm saying?
Totally.
How about you, 100%. Randy?
Yeah, I'm with you, Jeffrey. I like to, if I can't sit in the second deck, what used to be the infinity level, I like to sit a little higher off the first or third base line.
Well, that's it for us, everybody. So we will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. and go Diamondbacks. It's a Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3